It's Operation Babble with Myke Shrews. It's pop culture, music, movies, TV too. It's time to explore life. It's Operation Babble time.
Yeah, this podcast will be perfect.
Yeah,
when it fits a woman.
I think John's still petty about Batwoman.
Well, there's another episode now. How'd
Can
that
I
happen?
just say? I want to say this to specifically to Ruby Rose. Mm-hmm. I am not an old white straight guy, and I still don't like the show.
Yeah, you hit all the tick marks except one.
Right? What? I'm not old. Fuck you, man.
I was wondering. I was gonna let you decide which one it was gonna be.
Come on. I'm not straight either. My wife's a cover.
That's just a fucking beard. You do call her Nick. Dude. So Batwoman episode 2 has come out.
Did you watch episode 2? Because by the time this comes out, because we're recording this, I haven't watched episode 3, if that's out yet.
There's a third? Oh, okay. No, as of recording, we're just going with the operation that only 2 have come out.
Right.
And literally the second episode came out yesterday, I believe.
Or a few days back.
Sunday or
something.
Whatever.
I never watch it on the day it comes out.
Yeah, me neither.
We watched it yesterday.
I watched half of it. Couldn't get through it because it's just so bad. And then I watched EFAP Mini where a group of guys essentially just commentated over
of the second episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it was just the second episode was so fucking stupid, like right off the bat. I just had to call it. So, but you actually watched it.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of hoping you'll just walk us through it.
So I watched the first episode finally too, because I had never talked about it on the cast.
So I would say let's go ahead and let's hear your thoughts on the first one.
The first one was just trash. Like you spent an hour on one of the casts talking about it.
Oof.
So it was just trash, horrible writing. They rushed into a lot of stuff that could have gone a couple episodes. Whatever.
What are the things you hated I got to know the things that stood out to you. Because since it's been a week or two since we recorded that, I would love to see how many of the things kind of lined up. Like any specific examples that really just annoyed the shit out of you.
One, there was a lot of audio issues. I felt there were a lot of audio issues.
No, you are 100. Dude, the ADR is insane. You can tell that a lot of stuff got re-recorded. Like a lot of audio. On the music, dude. The music is so fucking abysmal. Like
I didn't even really pay attention to the score or anything like that.
I'm telling you.
I was trying to like focus myself into like, is there a story here? Is it complete?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Especially for a pilot episode when you're setting shit up.
Yeah. And then like one of the really annoying things, and there's gonna be spoilers, of course.
Yeah, always. Yeah, unless we.
But most of our viewers probably don't even give a shit.
Yeah. Because they're all straight white males. Sorry, go force yourself. Sorry, I did it again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Bring that one back, huh? YOLO.
No, like one of the most annoying things. Oh shit! Was like in the last 2 minutes, they're just like, "She's my sister." Like, saying the big bad of the season, I'm taking it, is her sister. Like, right away, that Alice is her sister. I'm just like, why would you do that in the first episode?
And the worst part is it just gets worse. Like, the pacing gets worse. I didn't know you could do it, but it gets worse.
It was weird. And I did realize that I from watching though, I've been watching it on demand, so I get to see all these random CW Seed commercials. They promote Seed on there, which is like programming that's off air. They don't do.
Dude,
it
they
no
got
more.
They have fucking Batwoman commercials at the movie theater right now.
Batwoman? Oh, okay, yeah.
No bullshit, dude. Because I went and saw. We'll get to this too, because I'm sure this is the thing that everybody wants to hear about.
We'll
we also saw
get
Joker.
into it. Yeah.
But I was just saying they had a fucking Batwoman trailer in front of that.
Right.
I wanted to die. I'm like, please don't do this.
So the chick that plays Alice actually played Dinah Lance, whatever.
Dinah Laurel Lance is
whatever
what the comic book name is. But you're talking about the
in
'cause you're about
Birds
to
of
say
Prey.
Birds of Prey,
Yeah.
and that was the Smallville spinoff, or was it its own?
I'm
show?
not sure if that's a spinoff. It's its own show. It was like 1 season long back in 2002, 2003.
Yeah.
So
I
she
heard
played
it
that.
wasn't
So
terrible.
I actually want to go see it because I keep seeing the commercials for it because they play all the Seed commercials on there, and like they have Harley Quinn in it. They got it's not the Joker's not in it. He's like a shadowy figure, but Mark Hamill plays his voice.
Oh, okay.
Which is pretty dope. I was
There you
like,
go.
because
Yeah.
I heard it, I was watching, and then I walked
Was he
away.
specifically the Joker? Because he also was
He is.
Trickster. for a
He
bunch of
is.
stuff.
He's specifically the Joker because what they do is they show like a glance of like the Joker. You see the purple suit, green
Yeah.
hair, and then you hear his laugh, and I was like, "Is that fucking Mark Hamill?" So I like
that's
Googled
awesome.
it and shit. I was like, "Yeah, it is."
Because they did something like that with CW's Arrow when they did their like pseudo Suicide Squad episode, and Harley was in one of the things, but she was like a silhouette, and they
Yeah,
just did
yeah.
like a quick quote. That's cool. I don't know if I think that was actually Tara Strong for that. I could be wrong. but
Okay. Talking, probably she voiced the character like he
That's
did
what I'm
for that,
banking
yeah.
on. Yeah.
Yeah. But the chick from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Mia Sarah,
Sure.
she plays Harley Quinn in that show.
Oh, okay.
So I kind of really want to see
I might be
like
down.
that adaptation
Yeah,
and shit, you know?
That sounds awesome.
And then
But okay, so
anyways, let's get back to Batwoman. I just
Yeah, so
found
with
it
Alice.
really cool like Alice played in that too.
I do like
But,
shit like that. That's fun.
So they
Honestly, with Alice, my biggest problem is her character is fucking stupid. Like
they're
the point of
trying
her
to
character.
make her into like a Joker-esque character for this world.
It's like a Joker, Harley Quinn, like I'm kooky villain. Which
Something that really pissed me off the other day, I saw online, people were like, Alice, and this is from 2 episodes of watching, you know.
Yeah.
People are
Yeah.
saying, Alice is the best supervillain for the CW Arrowverse ever. I'm like,
yeah.
did you not watch Arrow or
Yeah.
Flash season 1?
Thank you. Eobard Thawne is the best fucking villain in
Yes.
the Arrowverse. I'm fucking sorry. I had to beat
Oh.
anybody who could, because like Deathstroke was a guy on a revenge.
And he goes
That
back
was
and
it.
forth too. He's good,
Yeah.
bad, good, bad.
Thawne just is so like he's like 4-dimensional.
Yeah.
Like the dude is like he's on revenge, and then he actually learns to care for Barry, and then he's like, I don't even know if I want to do that. And then he's like,
Yeah.
his motivations are just they're always there, but you never know how he's gonna get there. And he's manipulative and he's strong. And it's just
I was thinking about this the other day. I was
I
out
don't want season 1 of Flash again now.
right? I was out doing something, and I was just thinking about what would be a cool thing to do for Flash, like just one episode, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Or a movie, but I think we'd more likely get an episode
Yeah.
of it. Would be it from Reverse Flash's POV, like seeing him come up with the shit that we never get to see. We always see the plans unfold, but we never see how he works that into
Yeah,
there.
give me a 3-episode run of him building the time machine, showing up, and then setting up to go in and kill his mom.
Yeah, anything,
Like,
something
give me
really
that.
cool.
And I'm like, even if Tom Cavanaugh looks much older than before, I don't care. I don't give a shit. Just fine.
Technically, he didn't even look like that though until after he got
cool.
there.
And then we could get both actors to work.
Yeah.
It'd be great. It would
Yeah.
be so fucking great. Eobard Thawne is so good. Yes, I understand that in these later seasons they kind of shoehorn him back in.
Yeah.
To do certain things, but it's because it's a detriment to the story a little bit, but at the same time it just proves how fucking powerful that dude is on
Right.
the screen. It's like he's just so captivating, and it's just like Alice, this actress, do not get me wrong, I do not think she's doing a terrible job. Holy fuck, she has nothing to work with. Like everybody she acts with is a plank of wood, so like her being this hyperbolic character just seems so forced and stupid because everybody else is like, well, you're my sister and we did a thing and I like waffles. And she's like, but they'll go waffles and I'm going to spin my knife.
I will say this. The second episode was just like, and I'm not going to say it all, but it was 5 tads bit better.
5 tads bit better. Oh,
5 tads bit better.
Can somebody get me a? I don't know if a tad is a.
I think I put that in a comment on Facebook somewhere. I didn't say 5 tads, like I wrote tad out 5 times. I was like,
you are so.
It's a tad bit better.
You are so beautiful when it comes to the gymnastics you do to not pick a definitive side. Like it is, and I commend you for it. It's amazing. And it definitely does. It sure probably keeps your comments a little lighter than when you're me who's going completely fuck this show because it's stupid.
It's still okay. So this is something funny, and I laughed my ass off. So Nick didn't watch the first episode because she was already in bed when I watched the first episode. Because I only watch this on demand at night.
Okay.
When people are going to bed, because like I'm wanting to focus on this because I'm like, it has to get good sometime, right?
No, there is nothing in the world that says it has to. Nothing.
So I watched first episode by myself and I was just like, oh, what the hell? Then the second episode we turned on while she was still up, and she watched about 30 minutes or so of it. But we turned it on the first like 2 seconds, not even 2 seconds, like probably, okay. We'll say the first minute. We'll go the first minute. We were watching it and shit, it was happening, and she was like, "This doesn't even seem good."
Yeah,
she's like, "I'm already out," and she. So
it's amazing that
Ruby
this show
Rose,
could do that.
That's a straight white woman. Well, no, Mexican woman. There you go.
Half breed. Or is she Mexican?
Technically, she has citizenship in Mexico, so she's
Is she a mudblood? Oh, okay. No, she's a...
But no, she's half. She's 50-50.
Because I'm a half-breed, so...
Yeah, she's just like you. But she speaks more Spanish.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, I'm not even going to joke. I leaned into the white real hard because I wanted to go to college. I mean, sorry. Cut that? No. Even my mom makes the joke. Who is Hispanic? She always goes... She actually yelled at me the other day because I was trying to... What was I doing? Oh, it was insurance. No, it was my insurance.
Okay.
She goes, don't fucking do that. I was like, why? For my medical insurance.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, don't do that. It's like, oh. She's like, John... You're half. Use the privilege when you can. You use Hispanic when you're doing college and like important thing. Like I was like, wow, love you, Mom. Shout out to America. Oh, so brutal. Anyway, again, God fucking Christ, I don't want to talk about Batwoman. It's gonna make me tired.
So yeah, that I found it funny though that Nick said that like within a minute of watching.
Yeah,
it,
you're fucking
like,
demographic.
This just seems horrible. And I mean, it didn't help that we turned it on right after we got out of the Joker. So, but still, it's not.
Which it's ranked higher than Joker, by the way, on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's what?
Batwoman is ranked higher than Joker on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, that's because people don't want their virtue signaling, dude. They don't.
Bruh. People are weird. We live in weird times.
They're going to suck up to the thing. I mean, I'm always going to be a little optimistic because I saw her good in the fucking crossover.
Yeah.
Why don't we have that?
Yeah, because even the action's not even good.
The action's not good. We're 2 episodes in. She still doesn't have her wig.
I wish they would have just done the wig, dude.
Yeah,
like, especially
they're leading into this whole thing. Thankfully, though, what I have liked is that they haven't done that whole, well, fuck Batman, I'm a woman, not a man type thing yet.
She already did do that. They've done it twice.
When?
She has a problem with them. That was like her major arc.
No. I'm saying like the media being like Batman's back, saying Batman and all this shit.
Oh, you don't believe that? When the fucking stupid newspaper is like, we bat leave? You're fucking retarded. No, that is so wrong. You don't remember that? in the first episode, she opens the newspaper and there's an article, which again, if Batman, quote unquote, is back, how did that not make front page news in Gotham? It's on like page fucking 6. It's like a little tiny box and it says, "We Bat leave."
Not only that, can I say that
fucking kidding me?
That the suit she's wearing was supposed to be Bruce Wayne's suit.
It was his suit, even though it had titty cups in it.
It looks super tiny to fit a guy that's supposed to be Batman. And it looks like it's made of spandex half the time when she's in it.
I know, it looks so fucking dumb. And like, I don't know why, but in the crossover, I gave it an opportunity because she was using like the grappling hook to fight people and do cool shit.
Yeah.
And it made sense. Like she was trying to keep distance.
Like they're trying to use the grappling hooks better than give her fucking guns.
Which I'm fine with. Do that, like trip and dismantle, and then she comes in and fucks him up and throws batarangs and shit. I'm fine with that. If you want to do that, fine. But the whole point is she should not be going toe to toe. That is not what she does. Even in the comics, she doesn't do that. She uses. It's like I don't even care about the adaption shit. It's my suspension of disbelief is gone. 1, I don't believe she can do it. 2, it's not her character anyway, so you're missing it on 2 fronts.
Yeah.
And then my whole...
Not only that, it's like, okay, so in the fight scenes when she's just throwing guys around, okay, like I can get her fighting the guys because you hit certain pressure points. She should be trained to do that. Yeah. That would work. But her throwing them around, she's not fucking Ronda Rousey.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like,
she's not huge. She's not big, and she's not... But even if she was that person, we haven't seen the development. We don't know what she can take.
You know, write it into the damn thing. Oh, the fucking suit gives her a little extra oomph, like the Power Rangers.
Don't fucking please don't do that. Oh my god, yeah, like in fucking Batman Rises or Dark Knight Rises, where they have to give him the fucking bullshit Deus Ex.
Rises,
thing.
Yeah.
Batman Rises. Fucking cartilage is gone. Fucking so stupid. The fucking dumb bitch in the second episode gets fucking shot.
Which one?
In the second episode of Batwoman, she gets shot by a henchman right in the chest and takes it. She's like, uh-oh, I'm about to die. Gets fucking shot and is surprised that the suit is bulletproof.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not only should you have probably already established that,
not only that, move out of the way.
That too, she's just ready to accept it.
I've never seen Batman just stand there and get shot. Superman,
and just accept
it. But Batman, no.
And then, fucking Christ, dude, she gets shot, stands there forever. It's like, oh my god, I'm not dead. And the guy just stands at her in a stupid rabbit hat, fat fucking mask, staring her in the face going, oh man, my bullet didn't work. I don't know. I got like 10 more in the chamber. Let's just unload. Maybe shoot her in her mouth.
Not only that, they're trying to say in the show too that like the people fear the suit, the bat suit, Batman. Yeah, they fear the bat.
Symbol.
The symbol.
Symbol.
These people should know his suit's bulletproof. And if you shoot him,
what about Lucius Fox or fake Fox guy?
Yeah. But if you shoot Batman. You shoot and run. You don't shoot and stand there.
But again, it's like, I swear to God, it's like they're writing the show like the characters have all watched all of the CW universe. Because an explosion happens and he does the defibrillator thing in her suit, which people would be like, that's fine, it's canon. I'm like, how? They go, because Cisco did it with Barry Allen a few suits back. That was 4 seasons in, and like fucking Cisco says, I put a defibrillator in the suit.
Well, that's why they're cheating, because they're saying instead of her, because in the comics she had her own suit. She wasn't using Batman's suit.
Yeah,
she had her own suit. So they're kind of cheating by, we all know the lore of Batman. Of course, I've never seen Batman have a defibrillator in a suit, but still, that was new to me. I was just like, okay, maybe, you're going to push a button and then she's going to fly away or some bullshit.
It's going to make me tired, Michael. It's going to make me
We're going to get off of this real soon.
I was going to say, do you want to go back to the first episode? I want to hear more of the stuff you had about the first episode.
The first episode, honestly, really with the first episode, I'm just upset that they, 1, spoil it at the very end. Yes. two, the flashback things that they were doing were just kind of eh.
Well, they look like
they're
shit.
trying to do this aesthetic like they established
They
in
stole it
Arrow.
from Arrow. They just stole it from Arrow.
And but their flashback stuff isn't really building to the story at hand.
No.
At all. So
if anything, I would have argued they should have just done all of the flashback stuff right in the first episode.
Yeah.
We could have just started in, done all of that. Literally, like all the flashbacks we're getting. Just give me half an episode of just all of that.
Right.
It'll establish all their backstory, and then all of a sudden...
And anybody she goes up against, too, like, you could definitely tell in the first episode, it was like, that is not a man in that suit. Yeah. Also, Ruby Rose is short as shit. I highly doubt she's fitting into Batman's suit.
Exactly.
It's like, why not spend the time of fighting? Go like the route of, Daredevil. Put on some just black clothes and a black mask and go out and fight for a little bit until you get Lucius to like design a suit or some shit.
Or just steal it from
Luke, sorry.
Just steal the introduction from Black Canary, from Katie Lotz' Black Canary. She wears the wig, so she obviously like, oh, the redhead who's fighting people. She kicks the shit out of people, and then what happens is she gets stabbed or shot, because then they could steal that from Arrow when Felicity finds out about Oliver being the Arrow. Mm-hmm. I'm spoiling a bunch of CW shit. I'm really sorry. I'm assuming if you're watching fucking Batwoman, you've watched the rest of the CW shit.
Right.
So imagine just, because they're going to steal everything anyway. So why not steal that? So like she's out fighting vigilante style with guns and stuff, and she gets shot.
And then realizes she needs a better suit.
But maybe she gets shot in front of like Wayne Tower or something, or she goes to Wayne Tower because it's like she knows how to get in or whatever.
Can we talk about Wayne Tower? Wayne Tower.
I want to rewrite this because I just want to prove how easy this could have been. It's like she gets shot, right? She shows up at the Wayne Tower. The fake Lucius Fox shows up, sees her, does all the stuff. And while he was like fixing her up quick, because he's probably got tech to save Batman's fucking life. So he fixes her up. And then while he's fixing her up, of course, does a blood test because he wants to know who the fuck this is. Finds out that that she's related to Bruce and goes, okay, now we can have an exposition dump.
Right.
And then we'll go from there. Fucking Christ, dude. This show is insane. I still do not, in 2 episodes in, understand why Lucius Fox Foe, it's spelled F-A-U-X for me right now. Lucius Fawkes is helping her. Why? There's no reason why he should be helping her out.
Right.
He should have had her arrested and kicked out like 5 times already. He's insane. Yeah. He's such a cuck. Fucking hate it. I hate him. I fucking hate him. I hate his character.
It's weird. And then of course it looks like they're alluding to Batman, like, or Bruce Wayne helping in some way too, by like turning the fucking computers and shit on and all that stuff. And
also, why would he not know how to operate all of the computers?
Maybe he didn't work for Batman.
But he knows where everything is. That doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
We haven't established anything. Okay, so back to the Batcave being under Wayne Tower.
Batcave being under Wayne Tower is the stupidest thing ever. One, why is there a cave in the middle of the city? 2, why is...
Yes, I love it. I love you're on my level.
Why? Right, it's just, it doesn't make sense. Like, in the comics, or even in Batman Forever, I believe it was, he was in Wayne Tower, he pushed a button, his chair went down, he went through the tube, but he ended up in the Batcave under Wayne Manor.
But again, we're going off of outside stuff. None of this has been established, which is why it's annoying. Right. We know if there's any
just wait until they assemble a team, because it's the CW and she needs a whole team. And they're gonna have
and they're
Luke.
all gonna hang out in the Batcave.
Right.
They're all gonna hang out in the Batcave.
It's gonna be
there's gonna be that scene, dude. There's gonna be that scene in the crossover. Yeah. They're all gonna be hiding in the Batcave, and it's gonna be like, why?
Yeah.
Why aren't we in the Arrow Cave? Why aren't we at Arrow's house? Why aren't we in Smallville, where nobody would think to look for all of you? Like,
or in the Wave Rider? No one can find the Wave Rider.
They're going to the Wave Rider. That's already like confirmed.
Is it?
Like, Oh, dude, I want to die.
But
like the show is melting
I
my
still have yet to
brain.
check out any of the other CW shows that have come on. Just because the only reason I've been trying to make sure I do these the episodes of Batwoman is because I'm like one, it has to get better, and two, I guess I can complain because the rest of the world's complaining.
Well, it's also the thing to talk about for one.
Yeah.
And two, it is kind of nice. It's just like Endgame, dude. She is the Captain Marvel of the MCU, and it's like you have to understand. People do not look at it this way. This pilot is 100% the direction the studio wants to go in.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do not like this show, do not expect anything after it to be good.
See, I don't understand how, okay, so they're at 71% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's insane.
It's
Insane. When we all know why.
Right.
I mean, read the first 2 comments, dude. It's going to have something about SJW politics or something about a lesbian.
But see, there's
or something
not
about
really a whole lot of SJW stuff in it right now. Yeah, she's a lesbian, but
read the first 3 top comments. I dare you. And from not the audience, from the
actual people,
the established people. Just
All
read
right.
the first 3 and let's see what we hear. I just want to hear the
okay, so
because I'm looking for hot words. I'm looking for hot topic words.
let's see here.
I can't wait to see your face when you start reading it.
I don't see any of these actually.
I don't see.
Where are you?
Where am I?
Arrowverse. No.
Shout
Damn
out to
it.
fucking Jackie Chan. So, Isaac, sorry, we just did a podcast with a buddy of mine, and I just may have called my partner the wrong name during sex. So I apologize, Michael. Please don't disown me. I'm going to vamp.
It's
This is
not
called
even
vamping.
showing me the damn.
This is the vamping portion where I vamp so that Michael can learn how to use the internet again. Because remember, we established earlier that he wasn't an old man, but apparently the younger, balder man has to vamp.
Critic consensus.
Here we
Though
go.
it needs more time to develop its own identity to truly soar, Batwoman's fun and stylish first season is a step in the right direction for representation and superhero shows alike.
Representation. There you go. Next one. Go to the next one.
That's all it's showing me. Honest, that's literally all it's showing me.
Because I don't think they want those. I don't think they want those reviews out because that's the stuff that people are going after, and they're like, "Well, toxic this, and we don't have an agenda, and people are against it." It's like, yeah, when that's the whole platform that you have, and you have no story, no character development, a costume that looks like fucking ass, like. What do? You have nothing. You have nothing. There's no substance to this show. There's nothing, dude. To be fair to one of the worst shows I've ever seen on TV. Easily the worst superhero show I've ever seen on TV. Yes, and I like The Adventures of Lois and Clark, so fuck off. This show, man, the only thing it has going for them is all of the imagery that they pretty much rip off from Christopher Nolan. Every time they do an establishing shot of Gotham or something, I'm like, man, that looks great.
This is why this show is not gonna get canceled, because of this headlines like this. I'm gonna read this headline. And
oh God, yeah.
And explain.
I'm sad that you couldn't find critic responses. But
it says this is from Forbes, and it says Batwoman is getting IMDb and Rotten Tomato review bombed for its lesbian lead. Because of the fact that they're saying lesbian lead, that's why the show is not going to end up going anywhere for at least 2 seasons.
Since you said that, I don't want you to don't jump in, because I want everyone to know, because you also brought this up. You wanted a comic book character show or something to come out with a female lead where you'd be like, oh, so we can show that John's not a sexist. All of y'all can fuck right the hell off. That reviewer or that headline obviously does not watch this stuff. So fuck that person. What's his name? His or her name? Or its or they's name?
Paul Tassi.
So fuck Paul Tassi. He's a piece of shit. Fucking Sarah Lance was established as a gay character who then also was banging Nissa, who was also a gay character of Ra's al fucking Ghul, my man. Are you fucking kidding me? And she is the lead. She is literally the lead for DC Legends of Tomorrow, who is currently in probably one of the most dynamic fucking relationships in the CW. Her and Ava are one of the best fucking developed relationships right now in this show. Suck all of the boobs and the butts and the crevices. Suck them all. This is insane. The people are insane right now. I fucking hate this. I'd stop poisoning the well and stop poisoning all these beautiful things that used to be good. Man, and talk about a way to backfire like their movement, because their representation is so like just not the way they should be integrated, that it's making people like so passive and want to be against it in the first place. Like literally on the internet, if you have like a pronoun, if you're one of the pronoun people in your fucking stupid bio, then nobody wants to listen to you because they assume you're insane. And they're like, why? Because if you really have to identify yourself based on shit you see on TV, you're a fucking loser. Deal with it. That is my big rant right now. Wow, great timing. That scared the shit out of me. I ranted so hard, Michael fell asleep and fucking squeaked his mic at me. It scared the hell out of me. But seriously, though, it was one of these things, and this is probably going to piss off some people, but I imagine most of our audience, the 4 people that listen to us, probably don't know who Rags is on YouTube. He's a furry, a bisexual furry, and he does a lot of pseudo-political media stuff, and he's very, very, very good. And
I found
he
one.
Fucking hates this shit. I'm at a point in my life where it's like, if you identify your entire personality on the way people represent you or like interpret you, man, what a fucking
which is funny
sad life
because
you live.
so people are all about representation these days.
Yeah.
And everything. It doesn't matter. Representation with like Black Panther was to show black culture, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then you have apparently Batwoman's supposed to represent the lesbian genre.
Sure, even though CW's been doing it for a decade. So
and then Marvel's trying to make like a big fanatic thing about, oh, there's gonna be one gay character finally in our universe. No one cares. I don't see how that works as being like represented, because there's one person that's, screwing the same sex or whatever. It doesn't matter. I get the character. The character itself is that. We understand that. But the character is more than their sexual orientation in this story.
I absolutely agree.
She's supposed to show more. No, she is trying to get a fucking girl she used to sleep with to divorce her husband because she's so petty.
How fucked is that? And then on top of that, again, like I said, your motivations in the person
Are you happy? Are you truly happy?
Yeah, way to fucking poison the well for her.
Not only are you making your superhero look pathetic and needy, it's like,
and manipulative.
How
and
strong is she supposed to be?
She has no fucking morals. And
here's a freaking review, dude. Sorry.
Wait, 1 sec. My whole thing is, at the end of the day, I don't care who you are. Your character is stronger. Your character and your integrity and stuff is not altered in my mind based on the holes that you decide to fill in your fucking personal time, okay?
Yeah.
So fucking get over it. Jesus Christ.
And
Like,
there's plenty of shows though that do it good. One show I watched, I want to talk about it. So I'm not
Buffy
even gonna
fucking
say
did it like 20 years ago.
Right.
Fucking Buffy. Like, did we all forget who fucking Willow was? Like, Jesus Christ, dude. People
And they
are
did that
insane.
perfectly because she did, and then whenever her ex would come into town, oh, that made for some good content.
They're fucking
right there,
great, dude. Buffy is fucking brilliant.
Because he could
Go fucking
smell her
watch Buffy.
smell her on her because she was a werewolf. That was
Yep.
awesome.
I'm saying it right now. I prefer Angel. Buffy might be the better show, but I prefer Angel
Yeah.
because I'm sexist, apparently.
So this person on this is Metacritic.com. So
Okay.
there's a bunch
That's
of different ones.
That's like the pseudo IMDb hell one, I believe.
This person gave it like a 10 out of 10. It looks like said
What?
the pilot was fantastic. Ruby Rose is legendary. It's sad to see so many people jumping on the misogynistic bandwagon by reviewing bombing. This is what they said, by reviewing bombing this fun show.
I get what they were trying to say.
Review bombing.
Fun. It's all fun. Are you having fun?
I went in with a neutral stance. This is another person. So far, I love the Arrowverse. Flash, Supergirl is okay, but I assumed the trend would be good, decent, good. But I was wrong. If Batman was a man, people could call it a fantasy for toxic masculinity, and that's what this is. Toxic femininity.
Oh, Christ.
That's stupid too, because it's not. This show
all the
doesn't
other-
show anything for
There's
toxic
nothing.
anything. It's nothing.
I don't even know if you have time. There's nothing
Here's
here.
another
There's no
person. This is
substance.
okay. So these reviews are there's reviews that love them and there's reviews that hate them. And the people that hate them, I don't think they watch the show either.
Yeah, it's
Because
insane.
this person gave it a
let me-
0. I'm
and
gonna
before you
read
do this, no. Before you go, let me qualify this because again, this is the thing I'm talking about. There are crazy fucking people on both sides. Fucking deal with that, okay? Everyone, like, fucking deal with it. That's why you need to find people like me and Michael who don't give a shit. We just want to watch it and like be
I want a good
entertained. 'Cause-
story. I don't care
Yeah,
about
because our
social
fucking
shit.
our free time is so fucking valuable, and it's so shitty that the internet has to deal with all this stuff. I just want to watch a show and enjoy it. That's all.
Yeah.
If you want to put a political message in it, go ahead. Be metaphorical. Be subtle. Fucking put some imagery in. It'd be great.
So-
Don't fucking soapbox me for an hour. I hate it.
This person
Fucking
gave
hate
it a 0, dude. This person gave it a 0. This is the last one I'm reading because some of these are like they're stupid.
And I get
this
people
is
would
person
review
that-
bomb this, and I totally get it that people would do. I'm sure there are plenty of people who legitimately went on Rotten Tomatoes, created a fucking whatever, probably even made like 5 or 10,
Just
and
to
gave
fuck
it
around.
and gave it a 0.5
Yeah.
or a 0, and said fuck this show or blah blah blah.
But this
That
one
happens.
is stupid. This one it seems like they didn't watch the show because they're complaining about something that they probably heard somebody else complain about before the show even dropped. And see, we're not attacking just the bad storytelling. We're attacking the reviewers too because these guys are dumbasses. Not
I'm
even
just
the good reviewers, the bad reviews too.
Well, because I don't know which ones are getting paid for it. That's
Right.
the thing that pisses me off
So
about it.
this one says, no, just no. This other crap is politics pretending to be art and failing miserably.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not very political whatsoever in the first 2 episodes.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it is.
Where?
The
Besides the crows. Let's
gender
not talk about those.
politics is political, dude. That's what they're talking about.
Just remember,
it's having an agenda.
Just remember that in the real world, this never happened. Just like Disney Star Wars it is not canon to the franchise and never will be.
You, sir, are off base.
At best,
They're literally in the
right?
universe.
At best, it is a bad joke or like a fart in an elevator. It was distasteful for a second or two, and then it was gone forever. This person
it's
is
probably going to get a
stupid.
second season. This person is so up his own ass.
Let's get off the political part of it because it's just stupid.
But again,
the reviews are stupid, both sides of them, good
Yeah,
or
so-
bad. They're all stupid.
So I'm going to
just-
potentially project and speak for you. So tell me if I'm off
Well,
base.
let me just say this first.
yeah.
So from all the reviews that I have just recently seen, just now, none of them were talking about how bad the story and the layout of the actual show is, which is what's wrong with this show.
Or even technical, like it's like the suit looks bad, or these shots look like shit.
Everything that I saw is either saying it's great for this reason because misogyny, blah blah blah, or it's bad because political agendas, blah blah blah. Insane. It's bad because it's just bad.
It's fucking bad, dude. It's like we're not watching the fucking Democratic debate, okay? We're watching a fucking dipshit running around in a cowl.
Like, I'm not even talking about any of the SJ. I watched Supergirl, and
That's what
I
I'm
like
saying.
that show.
Yep.
So don't tell me that any SJW stuff is what's making it bad. No, it's the show is just
it can
laid
be
out
done
bad.
correctly. It's just it's the idea of saying SJW is a trigger word. Like they used fucking incel for Joker and shit like that. It's just they latch onto a fucking word that they probably don't even know the meaning of anymore because we've tainted it so bad. The whole deal is that, and again, here's where I'm gonna potentially project for you. So if I'm off base, please cut me off.
All right.
Our biggest stance right here is that we don't get fucking paid for this. And if we do, it's fucking pennies. We're doing this because, one, we love talking about shit. We love talking about this shit. We love it. At the same time, again, I'd like to stress the importance of doing this because this is supposed to be escapism for people. This is supposed to be entertainment. This is supposed to be fun. And my whole deal is that fucking stop acting like you don't have fucking morons on your side too. The whole deal is we watch these reviews. Yes, review bombs are a thing. Get fucking used to it. Learn that integrity is important. A non-sanctioned poll can be manipulated and you don't know the fucking materials on. Read the actual comments. Read them. If the dude is obviously not talking about the fucking show, it's just talking about meta shit, then don't talk to them anymore. They're insane. They have shit going on in their lives that, oh man, it doesn't matter. Like if you can watch this show and infer something for yourself and feel represented, or it's something in a character or whatever. I don't need to be gay to feel represented by Katie Lotz because she had loss in her life. She had a sister who was an alcoholic or something like that. You know, Paul Blackthorne, who plays Detective Lance.
Mm-hmm.
He had a drinking problem and had to deal with that.
Right.
You know, maybe some people have never gone to AA, but maybe they have an uncle who had AA or a dad who had AA stuff and they had to deal with that.
Honestly, the way they've portrayed Batwoman, let's just get away from like the Batwoman aspect of it, but the way they've portrayed the character,
just the normal day-to-day
just the normal day-to-day character, like, you know, she came back, oh no, my ex-girlfriend is in trouble. That's the whole reason she came back. Mm-hmm. She finds out she's married. Okay, bam, boom. Oh no, it's kind of heartbreaking to her. So
what am I gonna do?
We'll move on. Next episode, she's legit acting like a high school chick.
Yep.
And like, are you happy for real? Like, come on.
Yeah.
You really happy? I would never lie to you.
Remember a while back?
Why
when
would you tell one? No, you're a fucking married woman. Don't ever tell another person, especially one you've slept with, I would never lie to you. Bitch, yes, you would. I lie to my exes all the time. I don't give a shit.
No, my whole deal is like with this fucking show, man. Like, fine, we'll get off the politics shit of it. Now we are dealing with the actual construction of it. It is so
also
pathetic.
Can I say she thinks her pussy's that hot, apparently, that she's just gonna get some married chick to just and then go to her.
I already saw Chasing Amy. I don't care.
Another great fucking movie that dealt with that stuff way before its time.
Before it was a thing. It's a great film. Fucking great film. Go watch it. My whole deal is that fine, we'll get off the politics of it, the whatever of it. The construction of this fucking show is so abysmal. It's abysmal, my man. Like, I'm telling you. I'm
honestly not upset with any of the political things that they put.
I'm literally watching it to make fun of it.
The Crow stuff is kind of like a political stand. Like, they're pushing, shit in there with that, too. I don't care. It's the way that they're delivering it. It's the way that the whole show's laid out. It's the way the characters act. And, oh my God, in the opening, I think it's the opening scene of the second episode where they blow the van up for some reason. Yeah. That CG was worse than fucking Sharknado CG.
That fucking fire in the back.
Like,
dude,
boom.
You had real fire.
What?
Like, the funniest part is they had real fire there burning, and then they made the explosion, and it's like, why even bother?
Yeah.
Why fucking bother?
I was like, you guys, okay, this is the same company that does Arrow and all these other things. Like, the explosion on Lian Yu, right? Yeah. That looked more real than the fucking van just blowing up.
9 years ago.
Blow a van up. Who gives a shit? Just blow a real van up. Damn.
Bruh, I'm telling you, I cannot wait for the headline. The reason why it's so shoddy, and they're going to make up excuses for why, like, stunt work's bad or, like CGIs are bad. Well, it's because we put all the money into Crisis.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
It's like, bro, I don't even want to hear it. You were making this before that. Like, fuck,
dude,
off. She was
Ruby
established
Rose,
last year.
Ruby Rose was supposed to be at Comic-Con. And because they were shooting this show, she didn't show up. Even though she was scheduled to be there, right? They were doing reshoots. I know that.
And I think she got hurt, too. I think she got, like, really fucked up.
No, because she did a video that same day for the people at Comic-Con. And she looked just fine. But no, like what I'm saying is, like, so as much stuff if they've changed around and reshot and things that she canceled to finish doing reshoots and stuff like that, you're telling me y'all couldn't do a better job?
Just anything.
Like anything.
Well, then it's like, well, okay, it's the fucking first, like, 3 or 4 episodes. We're about to get into the spectacle of Crisis. This would have been a perfect time.
Because Crisis starts in December.
It's like, they're going to have, like, what, 10 episodes?
Yeah.
It's essentially half their season, because normally CW does, like, a 21, 22 episode run per season. That would have been the perfect time. Maybe kill all the action shit. Who cares? Yeah. Fucking have it all be character development.
Well, I know. Well, it depends on how they're going to lay. I really want to know how they're going to lay this out, because we saw them in Elseworlds, the crossover from last year, where she showed up and met Arrow and all them guys, and she was already in full wig. And Alice was in jail at that time, or she was in Arkham, and then she escapes from Arkham during Elseworlds. But the whole thing, and I'm wondering if they're going to like portray that as how Alice gets back out once they've actually captured again. Or honestly, if they're going to say, because in Elseworlds it was reality being changed around, none of that fucking matters anyways.
100%. I think the writers don't even know that happened. I honestly don't even think they remember any. I don't even think they believe that she was even in Elseworlds.
Yeah.
They were building this from scratch, and they're going to go,
dude, that's the whole reason I wanted to watch the show, is because of Elseworlds.
Yep, it was the only reason why I was even remotely interested. I actually understand that people are like, "Oh, the wig's stupid. They can grab it and blah blah." I'm like, I really don't give a fuck. I don't care. How does that make it any? She
has Batman's special glue that makes sure it doesn't come off.
Sure, whatever. Well, they're talking more like tactical, like you can grab it. It's like she wears a fucking cape. Like, get the fuck over that.
I mean, Black Canary wore a wig too.
Thank you. You beat me to it. I was like, yeah, fucking Black Canary. Pretty much all the female characters have long hair.
Batman's always worn a cape. Superman wore a cape. Well, I mean, they've kind of.
We already established it incredibly.
Which they did that in Shazam. They used this cape.
Yeah. It's like, I get it. You need to deal with that. The fucking wig thing does not bother me. I actually found the costume to look pretty aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
The red worked really good on the black. I love a red-black combo. That's just me. I'm literally sitting in the chair.
It's that time when I'm hoping she gets her like traditional look by episode 4 or 5.
You'd think they'd fucking
They should have had it by now.
They won't though. No. But see, but the problem is like we do have this internet issue of like they already shot this dude.
Yeah.
They did reshoots, but the reshoots they're doing are like character interactions, easy shit that you just take 2 people, shove them in a room, and go, oh, we fucking forgot this exposition, we forgot this thing, we didn't account for this, and they keep finding out like every episode. It's like, oh, fuck, we missed this, we missed it. Like literally episode 2, they brought up something about waffles, and I told myself specifically, I'm not kidding you. I said it out loud to myself, just sitting on a couch going, this fucking show is so lazy. They said something about waffles and it had something to do with her and her sister or her and her dad or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We are not only going to get a flashback talking about it where somebody's eating a waffle, or we're going to get a fucking like a 5-10 minute exposition dump scene where Ruby and somebody else are talking about fucking waffles and why it was important. You know what happened, Michael? We got fucking both. They did it twice. We got a flashback about waffles and we got a fucking like 5-minute exposition dump about waffles. And then dipshit, they caught their main villain in the second episode.
And then they let her go, though.
They didn't let her go. They blew
she
the
got
fucking
away.
thing up, which she should have died.
She got
I
away
fucking hate this
again,
show.
so
This show's fucking dumb. This show's
one of those
dumb.
things.
I want to die. This show's dumb. Do you have any last minute grievances? Because I want to get up. This thing sucks. The music's terrible. The audio's technically bad. CGI is awful. Just put the red wig on her.
I'm just waiting until they realize they need more super characters and they bring in Batgirl.
Supergirl.
No, I mean for like her traditional team. She's
No,
gonna
I'm
get
saying Supergirl.
Batgirl. And...
$50 says they do a Supergirl episode.
No, I mean like full term, like how you had Team Arrow, Team Flash.
They won't do that.
Batgirl, you get Red Robin. You know,
They won't do that. They'll give her like another bullshit like friend to hang out with.
I feel they'll bring in like another male superhero character to make her look better than that character.
No.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Or they'll get the one dude from Arrow, with the stupid ball, Mr. Fantastic.
Oh no, he's done. Echo Kellum was like pretty much ready to be done with the show.
Was he?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he's like done. Nobody's going over to that.
I don't
fucking
have
dumpster fire,
any
bro.
last words for this show. I just feel I'm going to keep watching it, which is going to increase their ratings. I know, guys, but I need to
watching
see
it
it
to make fun of
happen. I need to see what goes on. I'm hoping that some decent story comes about, hopefully, and of course to see how it leads into Crisis. Yeah.
I honestly, because this is like a pilot episode for it, I don't think they're gonna have anything to do with Crisis until like one episode before.
They have a whole episode for Crisis with them.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's when it's gonna show up. I don't think this storyline's
You're not gonna see
to do with
the what's his face, the one dude show up in it.
Supergirl's the only one maybe the Monitor.
Monitor, and Arrow because they're together right now.
I put my money on Supergirl.
Okay.
Because they got tagged back to back on the same night, which
Yeah.
was fucking stupid, by the way.
So
you put two of your biggest SJW fucking propaganda shows back to fucking back. That was so goddamn dumb. You should have put Arrow after Batwoman, and you should have put Flash after Supergirl. That's the way you should have done that shit, because it was the only way you were gonna save that fucking sinking ship.
Remember, John.
Yeah. I'm misogynist.
We're just gonna shake our heads. Watch the next episode. We'll talk about that.
I'm gonna watch everyone to make fun of it, bro. But never like on the day, because I want the ratings to tank. And like, it's a fucking piece of shit show, man. Like, I'm pissed mostly because I got duped. Like, that was half of it.
Yeah.
Like, I bought into it and then I got fucking duped. And then fuck this show. We live in a fucking society, man. Like,
So once again.
What the fuck, CW? What the fuck, CW? What the fuck, CW? We love you so much.
But what the fuck?
fucking agreed. Now, how do we go from that and then DC goes out and puts out probably the greatest film I've seen in probably 2 years?
Oh yeah. Which one would that be? Because DC's name's not on the film that you think that you're putting.
I meant Suicide Squad 2.
Okay.
I gotta.
Oh, fuck Suicide Squad 2. We get Birds of Prey first.
Oh yeah. Ewan McGregor like talking about didn't Ewan McGregor like fucking cheat on his wife, and he's gonna talk about how like this movie's gonna teach all men how to fucking fuck that guy. Obi-Wan, don't do stupid shit.
It doesn't matter. This is DC, not Marvel. They don't give a shit what their actors did. Shit. So we watched
We did.
the Joker, which DC's logo is not on that.
No, but I mean, credits. It's like based on DC characters.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Is it in the credit? I didn't stay for the
It's in the
credits because I knew there was nothing.
Well, you
after
have
it.
to do it. It's like based on
Yeah.
DC characters or whatever.
Yeah, but they.
So I've seen it twice. I've seen
You
it
saw it
twice.
twice. I just
in
saw
the last
it.
2 days.
I just saw it yesterday. Which by the time this cast comes out, people have been
It's like
done
2
seen
weeks
it.
after, I think. Yeah. And neither of us got shot, so that's cool.
And neither of us
take that.
decided to go kill anybody, right?
I don't plan on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
You know.
I want to address because there are gonna be spoilers for Joker, possibly, mostly. I mean,
absolutely.
not that you can really spoil that kind
No,
of movie.
there's some
There's some
huge
things.
reveals in it. But really, it's a pretty straightforward
So
character analysis.
my biggest thing was the media was making it seem like it was this movie that portrayed that in like a glorious thing, like praising
He's somebody to idolize.
Yeah,
somebody to
and
idolize.
and they weren't because of course spoilers for it. They didn't want to show one that he had a mental illness already. And because the way that I had seen all these articles and shit about it, it was like, it's just the guy has a bad day and then becomes fucking crazy. And I watched the movie. I'm like, no, this dude has a mental illness. He has a mental illness because he was beaten the fuck out of as a kid,
It's all revealed.
and he has a mental illness because his adopted mom
Adopted mother. Yep.
was fucking psycho in the first place
Yep.
and fucked with
And-
him.
Well, and also you don't even think about it. It's like, yeah, it's already revealed all the bad stuff that happened to him. And you know what? We'll get there because I actually really
Yeah.
want to. Dude, I can absolutely. I will not be surprised if this cast is like an hour and a half long just talking about Joker. I really want to go in and I don't want to paint anybody's perceptions or anything. And I fucking love this film. I think it's important that we both kind of establish how we felt about it before we go in. I think this film is not only going to, not only do I immediately say, I never want a sequel. I don't want a prequel.
Right.
I don't want any other bullshit. I love this film.
What
It
there
stands on
would
its
there's
own.
no reason to do a prequel of it in the first place.
But you know what I mean? Dude, Hollywood will figure out a way to ruin anything.
Arthur
And
as a kid.
this is a fucking fantastic film. And I sit there and it felt like a movie. I told Hannah it was like one of the first times I've gone into a theater probably since I was singing the praises of Greatest Showman, I think like a year or two ago.
Yeah.
It was the first time I went into the theater and felt like I was watching a movie, not a fucking propaganda film or a fucking, like a toy commercial.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like with Marvel, like with Endgame, it felt like a toy commercial.
And I don't feel there was
Last
any real CG in it either. If there was,
Even
it was very mild.
Well, the CG would be all like the world building, like, making like Arkham Hospital look like whatever. Your basic blue screen.
yeah,
like,
you're like
world-building
insert
shit.
here, like extra cars here,
like
shit
trains,
like that.
cars,
Yeah.
maybe some blood, blah, blah, blah. Which, let me tell you, on a technical aspect, this is the best blood work I've ever seen. Like, that's how technical
Very
I got into
realistic.
this film. I got into this film. The first one was to just go and enjoy it. I enjoyed the fuck out of it. And then the second round, the second round was just me fucking being that guy, dude. Like where, I went in with I went the second time with Hannah, and I already knew kind of everything going in, obviously, and she'd known a little bit, so I was like, kind of gave her like the points to like look into it and be like, okay, these points are kind of important, but
Yeah.
I want you to know them just so you're not like getting lost. And because the theater experience for this movie is just off the chain. The music's insane.
The audio was crazy.
Oh, it's so good, man. It's so different. It's just like I said. It feels like an old. It feels like back in the 70s and 80s. It's just like they nailed the aesthetic that they were aiming for, and it just feels cinematic. It feels, again, it just feels like a movie. It's just so good. I mean, fuck, man. Like, just the first shot. Joaquin Phoenix, Arthur Fleck, sitting in front of the mirror, putting on his clown makeup for his job, listening to the radio. That's it. Just listening to Gotham radio, telling you what the situation is throughout the entire city. It literally builds the world around him for you.
Yeah.
While he's putting on the face and he's forcing a smile on until a tear drops. And there's just everything you watch is just, it's imagery. It's all stuff you can infer. Like why is he pulling his mouth up? It's like, is he doing it to make the tear come out because he wants to see him cry and feel something? Or is he like feeling sad and he's forcing the smile on even though he's sad in the moment? Right. It's just, you can infer so many things because Joaquin Phoenix is literally, if Joaquin Phoenix does not win an Oscar for this, I'd fuck the Oscars. I'm already at fuck the Oscars, but like, this is insane. Joaquin Phoenix did one of the greatest performances I've ever seen in the last easily 5 years.
I haven't watched a whole lot of like I don't want to say cinema, but
you know what I mean.
What
like
Martin Scorsese considers cinema, we'll say.
Fuck! Don't even get me on that. Yeah. Yeah. No, I get it. Like Oscar Beatty shit, like the Green.
Yeah,
Book
like I haven't watched a lot. There's a bunch that have come out, and I just haven't gotten there yet. Because there's, I watch things that kind of make me happy. Not saying that those don't always make me happy.
No, I feel you.
But I mean, yeah, it's one of those things. Like, sometimes you just don't feel like sitting down and watching like a drama.
I get it. There are days you actually have to mentally prepare yourself to watch the fucking Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith in it. You don't just watch that and go,
yeah,
I can't wait to have a good time. Like,
right.
It's like, no. Or like, even me, it's like, there are some movies where I'm like, I'm about to watch Click. Well, it's fun. I go, yeah, but I'm about to get devastated at the end. I'm going to cry like a bitch, and my fucking brain has to be ready for it. And it's like, no, I absolutely get it. Or like, you can't watch fucking Saving Private Ryan like every day. You can't do that. Like, it just, it burns your soul out because it's so heavy.
Yeah, so I don't really have a whole lot of reference to go off of with that,
that's
besides
fine.
of shit that I've already seen in the past.
I think my biggest problem with a lot of the critiques for this film is everybody's comparing it to shit. Stop doing that.
They're comparing it to like all the other like Taxi and all other shit like that.
Or even like, even for me, it's like, okay, so now this is where you're going to figure out where you should start deleting people from your fucking fan base or the people you listen to for reviews. Because this is the movie where you're going to figure out who the fanboys are. You know, when people always do the quote-unquote fanboys? You're a fucking DC fanboy and you'll fucking eat anything. If those people are going, I don't get how this fits in the DCEU and this Joker can't fight Batman. And I go, boy, if that's the only thing you took from this film when you left, you're an idiot. And I'm sorry, like... Bring it. You're a
fuck
fucking
those
retard.
people because
you're a fucking retard if that conversation even comes up.
Not even that. If they're like hardcore fanboys of like Batman or something.
Yes. This is not a Batman movie.
Not even that. The Joker has never been able to take Batman one-on-one. Never.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. He has to be maniacal or like give him a choice or a situation.
Yeah, get him down. That's why he hires goons. That's why he did all that shit. And then on the other side, fuck them too, because the whole Thomas Wayne storyline and all that shit that they put into the movie was actually really done well.
It was for a purpose.
It made me appreciate it too. Let's see that. Okay. So I like the movie. We'll say I like the movie. I didn't like fall in love with it or anything like that. It wasn't like a huge spectacle.
It's not changing my life or making me rethink media.
So, with that said, one of the things that I like the most. Oh, there's a couple parts too where it was funny in the theater. We'll get to that. But one of the things I liked the most was the world building that they did with Gotham and showing the Waynes and actually showing Bruce. So fuck everybody who said Batman's not in the movie, because technically he is.
No, don't fucking technically.
Not
me.
Batman.
He's not fucking Batman.
Bruce
yet.
Wayne is
Fucking
still in the
There is
movie.
no fucking Batman in this goddamn film. There's nothing. There's not even a bullshit. Not even when like fucking his parents are fucking dead and we get the traditional shot. You don't see a fucking bat fly in the background. You don't see a bat fly around him.
Can we say, though, anytime they do another Batman movie, they should just take that clip right there and insert it in the beginning.
Done. Like, let me tell you.
All of that shit.
And again, commending this fucking film. This is another moment where you need to step back as somebody. And it's like, oh, DC fanboy. As a fucking DC fanboy, you should feel like this was really impressive. I have watched Thomas and Martha Wayne be shot and the fucking pearls like a dozen times in the last 10 fucking years.
There's no way, no other movie that I can think of, live action, that you've actually seen and like
the repercussions.
Not only the repercussions, but like that you actually got a little bit of character building with Thomas Wayne before he even fucking dies.
Or even like, like you actually know who his parents are. I maybe give you Flashpoint
and
Paradox,
the fact that
cartoon, but like no.
And as a fan person too, you think they would be like, it's fucking awesome. Batman's dad punched the Joker
right in the fucking face.
Right.
And then
if you ever touch my fucking son again, I'll kill you. That is just pure gold. And then it makes for even a bigger story if you go and watch another Batman movie with the Joker in it.
Fucking cool, man. And it's like, and then in like the moment you realize it, because you are a fan, like because you know.
Oh, as soon as I saw the Zorro thing on the bill, I was like,
the Gayblade Zorro thing, and they're coming out, and you see Thomas, you're like, oh.
I didn't know they were gonna actually do that scene in the movie.
Nobody did.
As soon as they put the Zorro thing on the top, I looked over at Nick. I was like, oh shit, they're gonna kill his parents.
They turn the corner and it's just like, oh my God, it's all been building to this.
Right.
And this is amazing. And you even go, oh my God, I actually give a shit about this. Like I care.
Yeah.
Like you're like, I've already met Bruce. I've met Thomas. I don't know anything about the mom, but you know, whatever. Sorry,
Martha
Empowerment or whatever. It's like, bro, like, it was one of those things where I go, oh my God, they're doing it.
Yeah.
Like it was literally that moment. I go, oh my God, they're about to do it. And then they did it. And I go, holy fuck.
Yeah.
That was awesome. And considering I've seen it 900,000 different times with like legit actors, Jeffrey Dean Morgan and fucking Lauren Cohan. These are two people I don't know. As actors, I don't know them. Sorry. All three of those actors, I don't know who the fuck they are. They were Thomas and Martha and Bruce. That's all I saw. But in this film, it was Thomas the politician man and then his family. That's all. That's all they were. They were essentially innocent bystanders of a riot.
Right.
Because of something that happened to another man. This was the perfect example of cause and effect within the world. It finally proved that one man's life has repercussions, no matter how small or large.
Kind of like the little clip I posted into our group the other day of Teen Titans. It's like it's from an episode where Batman his parents didn't die, so they go back in time and like push his parents into the fucking alley.
Oh, the Teen Titans Go thing.
And then Batman appears back on the cover of the comics. But yeah, like the cause and effect of all this shit, like building towards what it is. And, you know, the only thing I can say the fanboys complain about, which is the stupidest thing, is like, oh, well, we don't need a backstory for Joker. Who gives a shit?
Why do we don't need it? Why? Who cares? If it's done well, who gives a shit?
And technically on his birth certificate, it still didn't have a fucking name. That was just the name that he was given.
Yeah, abandoned. Child abandoned.
Yeah.
And then
so you still don't know where he came from originally.
But why can't this guy be the motivation?
Right.
He started an uprising. It's like, okay, the next orphan kid who finds his thing, like his file from Arkham, because he had an obsession with Arthur Fleck.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, I have an obsession with him. So he goes on the internet and finds all this stuff about him and realizes who he was. He's like, oh my God, he's just like me.
Yeah.
And he just becomes the next guy. I think there are actually like two different names for the Joker in the comics. There's Arthur Fleck and there's another one. I can't. I'll look it up in a minute. I just
It should
don't
be
understand
Jerome
why
and Jeremiah, dude. Come on.
I love that the Monaghan guy, the guy who does it in Gotham. I think he's fucking fantastic. He'd be great. Get him later, and then let the kid from this movie age up, and then just reboot it 20 years from now. Fucking done. Beautiful. Be fucking incredible. This fucking film, dude, is so on another level. Like it's just, this is classic. This is. I'm sorry to say it. I know it's only been like a week. This shit will be classic. This will be the movie that we talk about 20 years from now.
It's just a good film, but it's also, I still don't understand why comic book fans don't actually like it, because it actually gives you something. It's just an adaptation.
Like I always say, dude, people are going to go in. It's the same reason why people don't like Tom Holland as fucking Spider-Man. It's just hashtag not mine. That's all it is. It's just people walked in thinking it was going to be a DCEU film. I'm like, I would argue with a lot of these reviewers where they go, it doesn't feel like a DC film. I go, bro, you fucked up. You accidentally like made me want to go see this then.
Yeah.
Like, I love the idea that
not only that, what doesn't it feel like a DC film? Like, just because of the way it's shot.
No, they just think it's a supervillain. Like, they want a fucking cartoon.
The Joker's not invincible. The Joker gets his ass kicked all the time.
It's so fucking insane. Like, who
there's
cares?
and one of the cool things was, because, you know, they're dealing with the Joker. And if you know any of the Joker lore, too, it's kind of cool to see these little things that they added into the movie.
Well, it's ambiguous. Like, if you even read the comics, there's like 4 different orientations.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
But I'm saying, like, if you actually care about these characters from the comics, you should like this movie, because when he so we're gonna get into like the first actual guy he
you just
like
talk
kills.
About everything, dude. I will talk to you about this all day.
The guy that he worked with that one big fat dude, and he ends up killing him with the scissors
Randall.
and shit.
Yeah.
And then he just
gives him the gun.
He lets the other guy go. And that's totally something that,
like, let's do this Endgame style. Let's go from like the beginning and roll through.
Okay.
I love this fucking film. I love this. So, you know, you meet Arthur, and he's like doing the fucking sign dancing outside of a store. Like, that's his job. He's like a hired clown or whatever. And then fucking bunch of kids just steal his sign. Sucks. Poor guy. Just immediately getting shit on. And you get to watch him run in like the desperation of like of his character, and then he gets jumped in the alleyway by these kids, and they hit him over the sign with it. And some people even have like contested it to the idea of like, you're literally being hit over the head with what's about to happen to this character.
Yeah.
So be ready for the ride. And I would have to agree, because they really don't let go of that aesthetic the rest of the film. It's just Arthur constantly being shit on. And it's just so beautifully done. You feel bad for him. And it's even funny. I've been through 2 audiences, and the scene when he gets hit in the face with the sign, and then all the kids like kick the shit out of him and steal stuff, and then it's like Joker, you know, the title.
Right.
He's laying on the ground, and they pull back, and his fucking flower
is watering
the water out.
Yeah.
I go, man, that's a cute little detail. And like anybody else, like any other movie, you would have laughed.
People laughed in my screening.
Like, you get a bit of a giggle, like a bit of like oh man, but like it reminded me of The Last Jedi when Luke threw the lightsaber over. It was just like, it was this somber moment that had a joke in it, and it doesn't resonate. This one had it. It had like it was a joke, but it felt dark.
Right.
It's like, it's not funny to laugh at this because of what just happened to him.
But it was funny.
But it's kind of funny. Like, just, you know, you encapsulate the idea of that going off. Like, after, it's like, oh my God, that's kind of funny. But you're like, you in real life would never laugh at that. You know what I mean? Like being there.
Yeah.
You would never laugh at that.
And that's how I think that's one of the things in the theater is like there were spots in this movie where you should have laughed, but people were like, "That's not. I shouldn't be laughing in this fucking movie."
Oh, easily the best.
It's a movie called Joker. Laugh. That's what it's
Yeah.
there for.
I have a feeling we're gonna jump around. I said maybe we'd go through the whole film, but I honestly think that would turn this into like an 8-hour cast.
Yeah,
So
let's
I'll just
not
go
do
with
that.
you.
Let's just go
Yeah,
around.
So I'll just go with you. I love that scene, the scissor scene. And no, this isn't a lesbian porn.
Oh, when he stabs
when he
the
finally
big
stabs
dude.
Randall.
Yeah.
When he finally stabs Randall. What a great scene. Like,
And it's they drag it out too, which is nice. It's
this movie is built 100% on sympathy.
yeah.
Dark sympathy and tension. So much tension.
And
dude.
I love
Think about the score. Like the score when there isn't music which let me tell you, for once it's finally nice for a movie to pick songs that were actually relevant to what was happening.
Right.
But not only that, they had a score. And the score wasn't just like prominent music, blah blah blah. It was literally just like distorted, like almost creepy cello music, like
yeah.
like it just makes you feel on edge and tense and comfortable.
No. Can I say? And this is a stupid media thing again, with like there's a song in it apparently made by
the
somebody.
Gary Glitter
the
song.
Gary
I don't
Glitter
care.
song.
I don't care. I don't want to get into that because
It was
No, 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 no.
ridiculous. The shit people
let's
were
not
saying
do
though.
that.
It was stupid.
Because I think we could do a full cast on that because I do have an opinion on it. And
Yeah.
people will not like either one of our opinions on it, regardless of which side we fall on. I think it's better if we just leave that alone.
Okay, so let's dive into the movie then.
Yeah.
With that
But
scene,
I know
again,
exactly what you're talking
Yeah.
about, though. I absolutely understand.
With that scene, I love the fact that he had the door locked with the chain lock.
Oh my
so
God!
that the dude couldn't get out.
And they took the time to give the shot of him putting the chain back on the door.
Yeah.
He didn't deadbolt it. He put the chain on.
Yeah,
And he kills Randall by stabbing him. Which, I mean, and the whole fun part about this is that the whole point is I guess this is where everybody equivalates it to Taxi Driver. I haven't seen Taxi Driver since I was probably 14, 15. It's all in his head. Essentially, Arthur Fleck is essentially narrating this whole film to us through his point of view, and we just have to buy it. Which obviously he glorifies a few things, he embellishes on certain aspects, blah blah blah. So I think in storytelling, I've heard the term thrown around a lot: the unreliable narrator.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the guy who you're only taking it at face value, even though most likely not everything's going to be true.
right.
And you go into realizing that not everything is going to be true. The idea that the way that Randall treats him, it's like 50-50. Because like Randall gives him the gun
Yeah,
because he got jumped, which feels like a nice thing to do.
yeah.
But then like the next scene, the boss fires him and says that Randall sold him out, essentially.
Right. That he was asking
you're-
Randall for the gun and shit like that. Yeah.
So it's like you have that moment of, okay, is Arthur trying to justify what happens later, what he does to Randall? Or did that actually happen?
Right.
And he actually deserved it. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. But it's interesting because then he kills Randall and poor Arthur, or not Arthur, I think his name's Gary, the midget.
I
or
the
the dwarf, the little person, whatever you call it, whatever. Sorry, internet. I don't know. I don't know the rules. Wee man. There, you happy?
Mini me?
God, I think his name's Gary, so I'm gonna go with Gary because I love Gary. He's great.
Yeah, it's Gary.
God, they even poke fun at his fucking accent. Poor Gary. So fucking Randall dies. Gary's there just dealing with the horrific aftermath. Arthur's sitting there, and he says he can leave. He just said he could leave.
Mm-hmm.
And Gary's just ready to go, and he's gonna go, and it's somber and it's weird, and you think it's gonna be this uncomfortable thing, and he's about to walk out the door, And then Arthur like gives him a boo, like a jump boo, like ah. And you're like, oh man, why? And
I laughed
wonder,
during that part too.
No, and I thought that was great. I thought it was cool because it was like dark humor.
Yeah.
And the whole point is dark humor. Like that's the part I think everybody keeps forgetting. Literally, there's a line in his fucking journal. I hope my death makes more sense than my life.
Yeah, and the way he spells sense is the money.
Exactly.
And I don't think people got that. Because it's like, that's fucking funny.
Yeah. Well, and it's dark.
In a dark way, you know?
Dark humor.
I hope they make
humor.
that my death is worth more than...
Yeah. I that should be the title. That should be the subtitle or whatever for the poster is that
tagline.
Because you say it out loud, it holds different context.
Yeah.
Than if it's written, unless you specify.
Right.
So God, it works on so many levels. And God, the attention to detail in this fucking film is incredible. But anyway, back to Gary. When he does that, I want to know if that was a Joaquin Phoenix choice to like give him the boo scare.
Yeah.
And Gary bails. And man, you don't even think about it. You literally just saw the scene where he put the chain on and Gary hits the door and he can't get out. Mm-hmm. I just remember he pulled it and you saw it stop and you go, oh man. Like you give like a little bit of a giggle, but you're like, oh no. Like, and then Arthur lets him out and then he kisses him on the head and stuff. Man, it was like a fucking perfect scene. It was so good. And then it's like, man, it's just so good. You're gonna have to walk through and pick your scenes because I can talk about everything.
I loved that scene.
This shit is so detailed.
Because not only was it detailed, in any other movie they would have cut as soon as the guy was walking to the door,
or he would have just ran out the door.
Yeah,
would have just called it because they would have said that was insensitive to use his height. But it's a real fucking thing. Yeah. It was a real moment.
Right. It was nice, and it's something when you think about it. If shit's going down in real life like that, that's kind of how that moment would feel. You know, he was cowering in the corner when he saw the dude get killed. He was scared for his life, and then he's like, "Get the fuck out!" Basically, and he's gonna walk very slowly and like
he's on
very
guard.
sad and like. Just don't look at the body, dude. Don't.
It's all this emotion, and like Arthur's like sympathetic to him, and like
I think for your
man,
most viewers nowadays, they've forgotten what this feels like watching movies that are showing you this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're used to they had too much blood on his face for a long period of time, and they kept the camera on him. What the fuck?
Yeah,
and not only that, the detail of having him in the white makeup already so the blood shows even more was fucking
so
brilliant.
The contrast.
Man. And I don't think people got that. Like, they probably were like, because he was just, I was like, no, they did that on purpose.
It's so good.
Because he has to clean it off anyways and redo it. So.
Yep. It's all good, dude. It's all good. It's all good. And I'm telling you, like, because I would even make the argument, like in a DCEU film, that would have happened with Gary grabbing the door, and then we would have had some fucking joke where he had to like slowly like walk to the kitchen and grab a seat, and you would have heard the seat go squeak.
In a DCEU film, they would have just killed the dude. They would have killed everybody.
I don't even know.
He would have killed everybody. If it was a DCEU film,
he would have made a joke or blew up the whole building.
He would have killed everybody in that room. He probably would have been in control of the crowd of people. It wouldn't have just been a crowd of people charging. He would have been the one that was like leading everything.
And there would have been like a 2.5 minute speech about how amazing he is and blah blah blah.
Kind of like how they kind of show it in the trailer, and it made you think that he was in control of all these people when he really wasn't.
No,
like
he was just
another guy.
He was the spark on a powder keg.
Yeah.
He's Guy Fawkes. Like I would tell people, this is our V for Vendetta, but like a little bit less cartoony. And
another great
so
comic
I love
book
that
movie.
scene. What's another scene you love? Essentially, I need you to like force feed me because I'm gonna get artsy on this bitch.
This is a final scene. This is like towards the end. because I laughed my ass off in the theaters. And Nikki looked at me and she's just like, that's not funny.
Michael, you're deranged.
Yes.
You
because
incel.
I was
you
laughing.
fucking incel.
I was fucking laughing, and people were like, the people next to us were like looking, because I had like a sucker too, and I was just like laughing my ass off and like pulling the sucker out and just laughing and coughing at the same time and then putting the sucker back in my mouth. And I laughed for a good 3 minutes even after the scene was over because I found it fucking hilarious. It's the scene where Robert De Niro gets fucking shot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, why? I gotta know why.
I just
because you built that up, and I was thinking of all the scenes you could have picked. That feels like the wrong one, but okay.
Right.
But you could. I'll give you a minute.
This is why
Go
Nikki
nuts.
said that's not that fucking. It's not
No,
funny.
I'm curious. I'm super curious.
Why? So the whole, of course, throughout the movie, once
This film actually gives you the opportunity to
Yeah.
ask why. That's why I love this.
he's you see him before he's going on there. They're giving the illusion he's gonna fucking kill himself, right?
The dance and
And he does the dance, but he's
I love
got
it.
the whole thing like he's gonna go
Can
on
I-
live TV and
can
kill
I-
himself.
Can I tell you when he does the knock knock in his own apartment?
Yeah.
And he like pulls the gun and he does the thing. When the 2 times, both times I went in the theater and I knew it was coming.
Yeah,
When he pulled the trigger, I jumped.
thinking he
I
was
was
gonna actually.
so in the scene, I thought he
Yeah.
was gonna do it, or like,
Yeah.
or like maybe like he was gonna like pull the gun away at the last second. And there was gonna be a big gunshot.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like I expected
Or
something
you go
loud,
like this
to
and like he pulls back his head,
and all you heard
shoots.
was and all you heard was click, and then he dropped back, and I was
Yeah.
like, it was so poignant and powerful. It made me jump. I jumped both
Yeah.
times, and the second time I knew absolutely it was coming, and I
And-
still jumped.
Because this movie was a one-off. Like I actually thought they might have killed him because I was just like, it's a
you
story
don't
about
know what's
that.
gonna happen.
So,
I love this.
They did that part, and they lead you into believing he's just gonna go on the air and literally kill himself.
Yeah.
And he has that big build-up moment, and you still, and then that's when I was like, he's gonna fucking shoot this dude, and he has this big build-up moment, and that's what he fucking does, and it just made me laugh for some reason. I'm not sure why exactly, but I was
other
just
day-
like,
any-
it's fucking awesome.
I just say this whole thing is built on dark humor. I mean, maybe you felt uncomfortable, so you laughed.
I don't know. It was great.
This film could have
And then-
built you to that.
Then
I don't know.
we got out of the theater, right? And we got in the car because I'd never talk about the movie on the way to the car in case people are going to go see it.
Oh yeah.
I'm respectful like that, people.
That's smart. That's the way to be.
So we got to the car, and I looked at Nick, and she's like, "Why were you laughing?" I was like, "Cause it was funny." And I was like, another added humor to that. I bet you Robert De Niro's assistant, who like is calling him out on bullshit right now, loved that scene too.
Saul Silver. No. Oh, you meant in real life.
In real life. But
Did
no.
you love the fact that a cameo from Glow?
what?
Saul Silver was the fucking the guy.
Oh yeah,
Robert De Niro's dude.
Marin. What's his? I forget his name. Yeah.
I don't know the
Yeah.
actor's name, but I was like, oh, my dude from Glow. I
Yeah.
was so pumped. He was my favorite. He was one of my favorite characters.
I had to explain to Nick who the actor was that was playing Arthur though, because I was like, and I was like, she didn't see her because I didn't see her yet.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he's the
You ever saw
dude from
Walk the Line?
Gladiator. I was trying to explain that
He
to
was
her.
Caesar, or whatever.
Yeah.
But I was like, fuck, he was fucking Johnny Cash in Walk the Line.
She
Man.
never saw that.
Oh, come
Yeah,
on. That's
she
a great film.
she never saw that one.
What else? Fucking Signs? You guys never saw Signs?
I've never seen Signs. No.
It's a great film.
The
Fucking great.
most of Signs I saw was in like one of the Scary Movie spoof movies.
The joke. Watch Signs. It's fucking awesome. It's the one time Chris Stuckman showed up on Pretty Much It, who I've talked about, the guys who do commentary on movies all the time.
Yep.
They decided to pull up Signs, and Chris Stuckman's like a fucking, like, he, like, pretty much how I'm jerking off this movie.
Mm-hmm.
He jerks off Signs, and oh man, he painted that film so well. See, this is why I don't think Chris Stuckman's dumb when it comes to movies
Right.
at all. I think he's a shit reviewer because he's one of those just YouTube pandering analysis piece of shit fucks who just want to make money, and I hate it, and it's disingenuous and it pisses me off. The guy likes film. You don't take the fucking time if you don't actually like movies.
Right.
And this dude fucking loves Signs. Like, you could tell. Like, this dude, he's like, I downloaded the script and I read the
That's
script.
the one
and
with Mel Gibson?
Mel Gibson and
Okay.
Laquan Phoenix, Abigail Breslin, and Macaulay Culkin's brother.
Okay. The one from Scott Pilgrim?
Yeah. And fucking great film. I never cared about it. I was like, oh, fucking aliens, lame. I'm good. And I heard, then that was when M. Night Shyamalan was starting to like do his like weird downfall. Like, I think it was right after that movie. And I'm like, I'm good.
Well,
Sixth Sense was awesome.
Didn't he do The Village first, and then that was his
I think
downfall?
it was after Signs. I think
Was
Village
that?
was after.
Okay.
And then Happening and all that shit. But Signs was awesome. It was fucking awesome. The guy talked about it so glowingly that like I was like, I okay, I'm done. I'm gonna go see this. And fuck, it's great. Holy shit, it's great.
I'll have to check it out. It's
I
one
absolutely
movie I
recommend it.
actually don't own that I haven't seen.
And it's creepy. Like, it's creepy. Like, it's so good. And it'd be great for October. It's so good. So if you haven't seen Signs, go see it. That was when Shyamalan was still kind of like in his prime and his bullshit wasn't like played out.
Right.
It's good shit. But anyway,
Well, we already talked about the Thomas Wayne and Martha. Or
yeah.
the
God,
Wayne
that
getting
subplot
shot
is great.
So that was
subplot
really
is
cool.
so
I loved
brilliant.
all of that stuff. I'm kind of wondering if they wouldn't have had that subplot built into the movie, if I would have enjoyed it as much. I'm not sure.
I don't think you would have noticed.
I'm not sure.
You could have altered those names. Wouldn't even matter.
And it also feels like I'm kind of curious how the movie came about. Like, was it written as this one story, and they were like, hey, this would be a cool Joker movie, and then they built that subplot in the background? Because that would be kind of cool, like, information to know on it. Because they do that all the time in Hollywood. They take a script and adapt it to whatever.
I'm going to infer this and obviously project, and I apologize if I'm super off base. Todd Phillips, the director, and I believe he wrote this.
Did he?
Could be. He wrote it with someone else, but he did help write it. He specifically said he wanted this to be a one-off. There were original rumors that Haquan said that he only wanted to do this once. They all wanted it to just be a prepackaged thing. He even literally goes on record saying, I wanted to make a real film wrapped in a comic book film.
Right.
That's what it was.
It's Todd Phillips and Scott Silver wrote it.
Yes.
And it's just based on the characters from the other people.
If I'm crazy, if you could look up his IMDb, I think Todd Phillips is responsible for some actually really good shit lately. I want to say he was on Spider-Verse. I think he wrote part of that. The way it sounds is that this was supposed to be encompassed within itself. And the way he wrote it was intended to do that. So I would make the argument with the Thomas Wayne shit. Imagine if you just changed it for Dent.
Right.
You made him Harvey Dent, and he wanted to be the DA.
Yeah.
Could have killed them, and it wouldn't have mattered. You know what I mean? He was just supposed to represent the 1%. And who better in Gotham?
From his writing credits, anyways.
Yeah.
The only other one I see on here that would be like again, what Scorsese considers cinema.
Oh, Christ. Don't fucking you can go to hell with all that.
War Dogs. Everything else is he did Hangover 3, Hangover 2, Due Date.
I think he did the first one. Yeah.
Road Trip, beer pong. I never actually saw that. School for Scoundrels, Starsky and Hutch, the remake, Old School.
School for Scoundrels wasn't terrible.
Oh, and he did the Road Trip one.
I liked Old School, and Road Trip isn't terrible.
What's
so he's
that
like
one?
raunchy comedy. He's like raunchy.
Okay.
Road Trip was the Amy Smart.
Yeah. Yep. I see.
It's not bad.
But he's produced a. Let's see here. I'm trying to find something big that he's produced. War Dogs, A Star Is Born.
Ooh, yeah, there you go.
Limitless, the TV show.
Bradley Cooper's a producer on this, by the way, on Joker.
Yeah. I told you that, I think. I texted someone that.
Yeah, I found that out in the theater yesterday.
Oh.
Blew my mind a little bit. My whole thing is just like, yeah, I don't care. The Thomas Wayne thing was perfect. I mean, it made the most sense. It's like you had this divide that was sitting in the background of this film, of the class divide, and of the rich and the poor and whatever, and
they're basic storylines too. It's a movie that's basic storylines that we've seen. It's everywhere, but the way it was shot was what makes it good.
We'll get there. I can't wait to talk about the cinematography. It just makes me feel good. Like on a technical level, it just makes my soul flutter. It's so good. It's so good. I just like, who else would you pick, dude? You're in Gotham City and you're talking about the rich one elite who've created this disconnect. Why would you not use Thomas Wayne?
Right.
Like, he's already built in. He's built in lore. And then, yeah, he just happens to be the father of Bruce. Is it just me, or why did Alfred look like Ricky Gervais? Let's just talk about that. Anyway.
He did not look like any of Alfred I would have ever depicted.
Yeah.
Especially after coming off Gotham. Like,
but the problem is you expect him to be white-haired, but he's also...
No, the dude in Gotham was like, he was...
Sean Pertwee. I love him.
Yeah.
Sean Pertwee's probably been one of my favorite Alfreds ever put to screen so far. Might be some of my Doctor Who coming out, but that's fine. He's like the son of an older doctor, which is pretty fucking dope. I would like, actually, fucking glowing endorsement out there. If the internet ever hears this, Sean Pertwee for the Doctor to replace Jodie Whittaker, assuming that fucking dumpster fire doesn't end the series. No, anybody who's complaining about this, like, oh, it's supposed to be bad. There's no fucking Batman. Pretty much, if you hear a viewer say the word Batman, fuck them. They're fanboys. End of discussion.
I mean, why do they say they're supposed to be Batman?
Because this Joker could never fight Batman.
Joker never fights fucking Batman one-on-one.
No, but I'm just saying in general.
He could fight him. He could.
He's like, this Joker would never go toe-to-toe with Batman. It's like, okay.
Why?
Who cares?
To fight that, again, we've already said that Joker was never able to physically take Batman one-on-one.
Also, can I suck my own dick for like 2 seconds?
Yeah.
When on the old podcast where I said you were never gonna see fucking Batman in this goddamn film. Told you. Anyway.
Now
continue.
With that said, like, this is a Joker who's just now becoming the Joker.
It's an origin story.
So, and Bruce Wayne's a little kid. So by the time Bruce Wayne is older, Joker has been in the Arkham for how long?
He'll be dead. He'll be like 80.
Right. No.
Like, what the
How
fuck?
old is he supposed to be? Like 30s?
Who even... We'll say... Let's be generous and say
60.
34. Let's just say like 34.
Yeah. So he'd be like
so Batman's
50,
in his
60.
prime at what? We'll say prime for Batman's what? 25?
30. 25, 30.
Well,
is
just
usually
even
his
be
age.
nice. Say 25. 65-year-old dude. You're just kicking a guy in a wheelchair at that point. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I get it. 65. But 65 is not the new 30. Calm down, people. And Joker's like, he's calculating and shit. But he's like, not this guy. Not this guy. That is not the story we're telling. Fucking get away from that shit. Like, it's so lame that people can't just suck it up. It's like, God, I even heard somebody bitch about it. It's like, why can't we consider it like an Elseworld story? Because everybody uses that fucking excuse on me when I'm like, you guys completely destroyed the lore. Like, you killed your physics.
I just assume everything. So Elseworlds is just different iterations in their universe. So I assume everything is a fucking
I'll just
Elseworld.
give you that. To dismiss the fanboys, I go, fine, Elseworlds. Like, fucking Christ. Like, this film is so not trying to be a Batman movie.
No, but I assume always with every DC thing now that it's always like an Elseworlds thing. You look at it that way. everything can be canon. It's just in a different fucking planet.
This shit is good.
Or Earth.
I don't care. Just be happy you got a fucking good film, you dicks.
And this movie takes place in, I'm guessing, the 70s, right? That's what I felt.
It's
70s,
80, it's 80 something. I think it's
80
81.
Okay.
I think it's like 81. Can I tell you
This is the first time I saw Gotham and it felt like New York. Every other time I've seen it, it's like Chicago, or it's like completely its own thing, like Tim Burton did. But this was the first time where it was like, this is fucking New York.
It felt real. It was real. It just felt real. It felt like hyperbolic real is what it was like. You know, it was real world, but it felt like grandiose.
And can I say, when they were doing the riots, how glad I was that they didn't.
So
I'm super glad that they didn't use the generic Gotham thing of close the bridges and blah blah blah, all that bullshit.
I'm just saying, like, the way it was shot. I was telling Hannah for a while, like, the biggest problem with like these big budget films, like a lot of the MCU films and a lot of the Star Wars films and stuff, there's no world.
Yeah.
There's nothing. There's no crowds. Like,
and see though, I don't even compare it with those movies because it's on a different scale from like your generic comic book movie or whatever.
My argument is I'm going off film.
Right.
I think one of the laziest things I've seen in production lately, there's no extras. Like, the world doesn't feel lived in. It feels like it's 4 people talking in a room. It's like, where the fuck is everybody else? It was, like I said, with Spider-Man Far From Home, it was one of the things that pissed me off is that you're in another country. You just had this amazing thing happen where you fought this lava monster. You saw Spider-Man and Night Monkey and fucking Mysterio fighting this thing. And then they're sitting at a bar without their masks on. There's no world, but why is nobody talking to these people? Do normal people just not exist? Are they all in a video game?
Right.
Like, they're all NPCs just walking on their path? Like, unless I walk over to them and press A, do they not exist? And then people would make the argument, they'd go, well, they were all holograms. Yeah, but that doesn't make sense. A normal person would
Spider-Man
come...
doesn't know that yet. Spider-Man doesn't know it at all.
Exactly. Where's the autograph? It's Night Monkey. Can I get your autograph? Who are you? Why are you not taking a selfie with him? And now Peter Parker's fucking identity is exposed. This is fucking... Okay. So again, fucking bullshit on that movie. But then we come back to this movie. The riot feels like a fucking riot. There's smoke canisters going off. People run. Every shot is interesting in this film. Everything looks great. They took the time, man, and it was like, and this was only made for $55 million, by the way. Once again, proving $100 million budgets are bullshit.
Oh yeah.
There's people buying coke and going and killing Jeffrey Epstein and fucking people on an island or something. All that money's disappearing.
The attention to detail when
C-47s, Michael, C-47s.
the attention to detail when and it's like a quick spot too. Like if you blink, you miss it. When he's like walking up to the camera after everyone's freaking out and blah 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 in the studio.
Oh, that's life. That's life. Yeah. Ooh, that was good.
And then you know he's about to say something. It cuts. But then they pull out and they're showing all these other video things.
Oh, the monitors!
Yeah.
I loved that.
But
dude.
can I say though, there was one thing I was like, okay, they wouldn't do that because they were replaying like him shooting the guy on live TV.
No, actually, that's not true. Back in the day, the way that those worked, those were VHS tapes. They were already pre-in, and you'd be cutting to them. Just because they were on those were video feeds. Just because they were on there doesn't mean that they were going
aired.
live.
Okay.
They had to cut to those.
Gotcha.
But fucking good eye though, man. That was great. But did you notice some of the stuff on those screens though? I can't wait to dissect that.
No.
There's apparently Clint Eastwood.
Oh yeah, they were like cutting from those things
in this,
to there. Yeah,
Energizer and Duracell,
Yeah.
like those are all canon in this world.
And
so
then
it's
if you
like
pay
grounding the
attention
world.
to, you see the cops tackle him down to the ground right before they cut to the feed there. Because I heard someone in the theater be like, why is he in a cop car now? I was like, you clearly are not watching this movie.
Exactly. Or even just like, is it really that hard to think he couldn't get out of a building?
And he just sat there
high
anyways,
security?
you know?
Yeah, he
And-
was ready. The whole point was he was going to kill himself on this show,
Yeah.
and then he decided not to.
Yeah.
He was already ready to go,
Yeah.
no, I'm done. Like, my life's done.
And not only
whatever
that,
happens,
like,
happens.
Like, I love the fact, like, the only people he actually kills in this movie
Are all
shitty people. It's not like he shot De Niro and then shot the people right next to him or
to
in
be
the
fair,
crowd.
Murray might be the only one that's ambiguous, which is why I like it. The fact that Murray ends up being his last kill.
Yeah.
He's the most ambiguous one. You're like, he did something kind of shitty, but he didn't deserve to die for it. And I mean, granted, deserves a strong word. It's a big moral thing. You know, those guys kicking the shit out of him on the subway. It's like he was defending himself.
Right.
These were shitty people.
Right.
Well,
he was defending himself when he killed the first two.
The first two. Always the first. But that's the point, though. See, and I like the fact that you noticed that because that's the important part. That's where he makes the transition. And my favorite part is I was telling Hannah, I got this off of other people like interpreting it. And then I watched it the second time. Because, of course, I watched it, then listened to just all copious amounts of fucking reviews. People who said it was shit and it was vapid and didn't say anything. And then these other people who were like, this is the most incredible thing I've ever seen, blah, 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 blah. So obviously, you know, I saw a little bit on both sides. Like, we're reading too much here, but there's a lot more to unpack here. When he killed the third guy on the stairs and he takes off running and he ends up in the bathroom and he starts doing the weird dance.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it ends with like, almost like a dun dun dun. And he's in the mirror as the Joker and you see him. I love that you went from this like fluid camera stuff while he's dancing and you see him doing all the shit and it's like contorting his body. And then all of a sudden it looks like it's on sticks and it does this sharp turn and he's in the mirror. The way that people talk about every time he's doing that, you're seeing him embrace his new, it's almost like a Pokemon, like he's evolving. Yeah. He's a butterfly coming out of, and I hate to do this. He's literally coming out of his chrysalis. Like that's why he's so contorted. He's like doing this dance and breaking out of the thing he was. Yeah. And now he's become this next stage. And I just love it. I'll take it. I know it might be a little over artsy fartsy, but like it's so beautifully shot. And he killed these guys and he's worried about it and he's running and now he's in a bathroom by himself. And what does he do? He revels in the euphoric feeling of killing these guys who've been fucking shitting on him. Like, cause these guys represent what's essentially been his whole life. And he finally gets to break free from it and blah, blah, blah. And then bam, you see his face in the mirror and he goes, I think this is me now. Right. And he still hasn't even 100% convicted to it. Right. I would say the minute he convicts to it is when he kills his mom. That was the moment when he wins the high stakes pillow fight with his mom. See, I'm terrible. Dark humor. Once he kills her, and it's just everything changes. Like he even like kills her, and then it's the first time he's getting drenched in rain walking into his apartment complex, as if it's a baptism. Like you don't think like he's become a new man. He's been cleansed of the person he was.
And then that's when his whole world starts to come back full circle. He realizes what's real, what's not real.
All the things he's done wrong, all the things, and he's coming to terms with all the choices he's making. And then he goes into the girlfriend's apartment. Yeah. God, what a fucking great reveal too. And I actually knew the reveal going into the movie the first time. That the spoilers, I'm assuming you already know at this point. The girlfriend was fake. Yeah. But she was a real person. It was like, because in a lot of movies, they'll just manifest that and they're just completely fake. Right. The whole thing was fake. The fact that he manifested her into a relationship.
I was hoping that they weren't going to make it like everything was just in his fucking head. And then like the next scene is like when they ended up in Arkham at the end of the movie. I'm like, this better not have all been in his fucking head.
But see, and seeing this is the fun part for me.
But you don't know.
See, that's the best part. That's why I don't want a sequel. That's why I don't want anything. I don't want bullshit. Everybody gets to watch this movie and infer something different. And I want to hear everybody's perspective. I've heard 4 perspectives, and here you go. And tell me which ones you like the best, because this is gonna be so much fun. There's so much to unpack, dude. Okay, so we have the two generics from the beginning and the end. We have the whole fucking thing was in his head. He was never actually released,
right?
And we just get to hear the grandiose story that he tells.
Which it makes sense the way, cause there's so many ways you can look at it.
And it works that way. It works that way.
It works that way. But then you're kind of like, I don't want it to be like
you don't want it to be like that, because then you feel like you were just kind of told a story. You want some of it to be real.
Right.
So granted, really the only stuff that would be real is like, his job, his mom, and maybe a couple of the kills.
Yeah.
That's about it. Other than that, everything could be overly grandiose and you don't know. Second, he did actually everything except the dream sequence that were revealed to be dreams. And he got to the asylum at the end, just like normal, the way it played out. I don't like that either. I'm 50-50 with that, just because he obviously embellishes a lot of stuff. So I'm like, it can't all be real. So I like the kind of the up in the air juggling version,
right?
And not to use juggle because of a clown. I literally am just talking out of my ass. But I enjoy this like weird idea that I get to juggle with where it's fake and where it's real.
Right.
It's like, I don't know. Is it real? Is it fake? What's he picking out? Like, and I can infer all those things. And then pretty much it's just it's a barrage of when people decide. Like, when he's dancing down the stairs and he's in the Joker shit and the 2 cops chase him. Some people say it ended when he got hit by the car. He got hit by the car, and then that's when the cops caught him, and he goes, and then everything else was embellished. It was the rest of his plan.
Right.
Some people say after he killed Murray and got put in the cop car, that's when it ended. And then the him getting hit by the ambulance and getting out of the car.
None of that happened, right?
None of that happened. Some people even say when he was smoking the cigarette and he tried to walk back into the hospital and walked into the fucking door. Oh, I couldn't even believe that.
Yeah.
The first time he fucking talked back to authority, the first time he like held his own, talked back to authority and said, I'm going to go take care of my mom. Fuck you, essentially. And he walked into the fucking door. How humiliating. And it's like, oh man, it was one of those moments where you knew he was a piece of shit and you knew he was a murderer, but you just wanted him to have one more moment.
Yeah.
Like, let him have that powerful moment. He can go take care of his mom, and then he comes back and then he gets arrested. Fine. Oh God, I fucking love this film. I like to say, I believe all of it, that he's out of the asylum all the way up until he's dancing on the car.
Yeah.
My favorite part was because, when he's standing on top of the car doing kind of the pseudo dance and everybody's like chanting, and he puts his fingers in his mouth and touches the blood and then does the Joker face, which let me tell you is like so iconic and beautiful and so great. It's so well shot and it's so good.
Which is another reason I'm like, how are fanboys not loving that?
Dude,
it's stupid.
Come on, man. This is on the level of Heath Ledger. Like, done. I don't know who's better, but fucking Christ, man. I would say Haquan gets a bigger bill because
it's a whole movie.
In more of the story. It's about him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heath Ledger gets the support of like, oh, okay, we got Batman and cool action and shit. This is all on him. This is like Will Smith and I Am Legend. Like, this is a lot of this is all him. And but I would say when he touches his mouth and puts the blood on, it was to prove it was real. He goes, it's the one time I've had all these hallucinations and all these dreams and blah blah blah. Oh my God, this is real. And then he revels in the fact that I'm finally being recognized. And it's real, and the world is real. That's why he was able to be okay with the fact that he was back in the asylum at the end. That's
I
how
thought he was
going to
get shot right there too.
I did too. I thought maybe even tackled and like taken down, but I love that they gave him the iconic shot, and then we shoot back to he's back in chains and back essentially back to where we started.
And it's the first time we get like the iconic green hair with that suit,
everything
since like
and fuck
I
people who are bitching about the purple
period.
suit. Fuck you. Anybody who's bitching about purple suit, fuck you. I don't care. It was part of the entire color palette the rest of the film.
Yeah.
And they go, really? I go, yeah. Did you look at the fucking curtains on Murray's show? They're the exact same color palette as his fucking suit. There was a color palette for this film. It didn't want to be bright and crazy and insane.
Right.
It wanted to be pseudo muted with colorful aspects. This fucking film is amazing, dude. Even just like the small tidbit of making the garbage strike.
Yeah.
In the city, which people have said that wouldn't happen. It literally happens. It literally happened in my little town of 30,000 people in Mason City, Iowa. Fucking Waste Management went on strike for a week.
Yeah, because they're all union.
They'll do it.
If they're
They'll do
union,
it.
you can do that shit.
Imagine a place like fucking New York, dude.
Yeah.
They shut down garbage collection for one fucking day. You go to a Walmart, dude, and those people decide not to clean the bathrooms for one day. Shit might as well be piled in the corner like a Goagothan shit demon from Dogma. You know what I mean? Might as well make a fucking puppet of it.
Yeah.
It's insane. People who don't think that's a real thing, they're fucking delusional and never read a book or walked outside.
And not only that,
we had it, dude. The TSA. When
Yeah.
when the fucking government shut down for like 30 fucking days.
But
there's trash everywhere.
not only
Fucking
that,
insane.
just to those people, I would just say, remember, it's still technically a comic book movie. So fuck off.
Yes and no. Okay, so composition, dude. I want to get on the technical aspect of this stuff, and
right.
if you can find me, like I was talking about how the idea we open the fuck up on a radio.
Mm-hmm.
The first exposition we get is on a radio, building the world.
Right.
The set, if you will, the world where Gotham is obviously starting to decay. You're starting to see a class fight, and we have the garbage strike, and those happen, people. I swear to God, they happen. We literally had it with the government when it shut down this year, even. So grow up. People fucking have the memory of goldfish. It's insane. But anyway,
they just want
the
to complain about something.
Oh man. The fact that this film used that as a composition tool is incredible to me. The idea that garbage is literally piling up. This film is amazing. There's a scene, like almost every scene just has piles of garbage everywhere, and the people interact with it. There's after the boss says that they're going to take money out of Arthur's paycheck because of the sign.
Mm-hmm.
Which a fucking great scene where he's like, you start to hear the boss fade out, like his voice fades out, and they start to push in on Arthur, and he just starts to do the sinister, like Willem Dafoe smile.
Yeah.
And they just push in on him. It's like a perfect example of how we all are as the working class. Just sitting there putting on a smile that we know is fake and forced while we're just getting shit on in the background. And we just deal with it. It's fucking amazing. And then hard cut to him literally in an alleyway just kicking garbage because he's so frustrated. He's just kicking bags of garbage, and he sits down and he's in a fucking alleyway just covered in garbage.
There is one thing with the sign thing. Did they have
Which sign?
sign twirlers in the 80s like that?
Does that matter?
Yes.
I don't know.
It so fucking matters. It so
Why?
matters
It's
because
advertising.
it's a huge part of the story. It's I'm just
Not a
fucking
huge
with you,
part of
dude.
the
I'm
story.
just curious.
I was like, don't do that. I was like, I don't know if that was like a thing, but yeah, I mean, they existed. I mean, I don't know how
because I
prevalent
know
they
they're
were.
prevalent right now. Like that's like all over the place. But
I know for a fact it was early 90s for sure. I don't see why it wouldn't have been like mid 80s or 81 or whatever the time was.
Right.
I don't know. It doesn't seem that far fetched. I mean, I guess I could look into it, but
Nah.
who cares? Because you also do have to give the suspension.
dude, that fucking sign
Gotham
would
is
look
different.
heavy as shit. Because like they fucking hit him with it and it just
Well,
shatters.
Well, no, but did you not notice it has the handle so he could spin it? On the
Yeah.
back? So, I mean, that probably broke in his face. Anyway, no, I would say that's where maybe your suspension of disbelief could show up, because you also do have to remember that Gotham is fake.
Yeah.
Like Gotham's not real.
I just I it makes me feel good when I see that scene to think, oh, those guys are gonna grow up to be assholes. Batman's probably gonna beat the fuck out of them.
oh, the fucking kids who stole his fucking sign. Oh man.
Those are gonna probably grow up to be some goons or some bullshit, and Batman's just gonna beat the shit out of them. They're those guys on the roof in Tim Burton's Batman movie. They're like, I swear, it's the Bat.
That's fucking funny. Why
do fanboys not love this movie? There's so much thought process you can put into it like that. It's like
because it's not bad. There's no Batman. We wanted Batman.
Bruce didn't even talk. Did Bruce even talk? He even say nothing, did he?
Like twice. Said like 2 words.
Yeah.
Ooh, hi.
I'm surprised he didn't.
My name's Bruce.
Alfred didn't say, "Come on, Master Bruce."
Oh, dude, can I tell you as the I actually sat in the theater. I go, as the actor who played him, how pissed off are you? You didn't even get a chance. You're Alfred, and you don't get to say, no, come along, Master
They didn't
Bruce.
even say he was Alfred, and they didn't say, come on, Master Bruce. Like, those are the two things. I'm like, no one knows who the fuck you are. You're not Alfred unless you look in the credits.
It made me sad. It made me sad he didn't say Master Bruce. I was waiting for it. I really did want it. I really did. I think I would argue, I think Todd Phillips kind of knew the bullshit that was going to come with this film, and I think he steered as heavily away. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if there's an alternate take.
Right.
This is the one time where I would look at a director's cut. I would love a director's cut of this fucking film.
Because it is a Joker movie, I get it, guys, but it's still those little things,
Just deal with it.
Why not?
But the fucking bullshit about this is the fucking it's so undeserved, because they came out and said this has nothing to do with anything.
Right.
This is just a one-off story. They legitimately came out and said that, and people were pissed off that it wasn't. That it was its own thing.
That was what they said it was going to be.
Yeah, and we specifically said on our podcast, we go, yeah, makes sense. Good. The fact that they did that actually made me happy. It made me want to go, cool, I'll go see it.
Right.
Awesome. I have no expectations. I get to go in clean. I get to watch just a film.
Batman
Bullshit.
Batman Year One with Pattinson's coming out in like a year. I'm assuming this is his origin story.
Yeah. Or, who even cares about that? Who even cares? Go, like, I want Batman. Okay, cool. Go fucking get your lotion and your fucking Kleenex for that film, you fucking douche.
Not
Like,
only
who
that,
cares?
there's 500 Batman movies you can go watch.
Well, and they all fucking cry, dude. Like, oh my God. Oh, I don't want Robert Pattinson. Okay, fine. Cool. What do you want then?
Right.
Like, what the fuck? Like, what do you guys even want? Be happy they're even making your shit. Shut up.
Every time they cast a Batman, there's always some bullshit.
But I don't even get how Batman v Superman is considered a good film in the eyes of DC people, and then they look at this and they're like, it's not good,
DC people not necessarily like Batman v Superman.
I'm just like, oh my God.
Don't lump me in with a bunch of assholes.
I'm sorry.
Just because I like a movie.
Well, it's just it's just because I got called a fucking Marvel fanboy because I think Batwoman's fucking lame, and I defend Joker.
You're so much of a Marvel fanboy that
I hate Captain Marvel. I hate Black Panther. I think Endgame is the worst thing to ever happen to the MCU. Yeah, I'm fucking MCU fanboy. See, but this is the shit I talk about. These people are fucking insane, man.
I would say I'm a DC fanboy and a Marvel fanboy and a Trekkie. But you know what? They all make bad things every so often.
Right? Why are no people infallible anymore? I don't get this.
Right.
Like, the idea is like, can people fucking grow up? Like, at the end of the day, you may not like me. That's fine. I get it. I bitch. I complain. I'm a little overtly passionate, but it's because I actually give a shit about this stuff.
Yeah.
I watch a lot. My free time is important to me, and when I watch it, I'm doing it for 2 reasons: either because I love it, or I'm doing it for this fucking cast, so I'm not completely talking out of my ass. If I'm going to shit on something, you need to have specific examples.
Hence,
you can't be fucking Movie Bob or the fucking Young Turks.
Hence why we watch Batwoman.
Bro, the Young Turks. Have you ever heard of these? I'm going to get pseudo-political.
No.
Just because they did a movie review of Joker. Mm-hmm. The Young Turks are this like overtly.
Is this like a
liberal-
YouTube thing or?
It's YouTube, Instagram, Twitter shit. It's the Young Turks are like, you remember like Tommy Lahren, that fucking dumb bitch? Who
Yeah.
was the Republican.
They're an
who's, like,
American web series and news and commentary program.
extremely liberal, like super liberal, like super left, whatever.
Okay.
Or at least what I would assume everybody calls left. You know, like SJW, like the supporters.
Yeah.
The
I
alphabet
get
people.
you.
Blah 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 blah. I actually watched a lot of these people. I actually liked them. They had like some Scottish dude that I actually really liked, and Hassan Piker. I actually watched a lot of his shit because I actually like what they had to say. And then Hassan Piker, one of their stronger guys, goes on Twitch. I guess he's like a Twitch gamer because I guess he's a good-looking dude or whatever. So he's fucking peddling for views and money. Literally had the audacity to go, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to say it. America deserved 9/11. Wow. That's a hot take.
Wait, who said that?
Hassan Piker.
Okay.
And he's part of the Young Turks. He was a guy I actually followed for a while because I actually liked a lot of his videos.
A
Like,
guy with the name Hassan should probably not say.
probably not say that, right? Granted, that's a little racist, and I get that. That's fine. But at the end of the day, I go, look, man, I really valued a lot of his videos he was putting out. I really enjoyed his perspective.
Right.
And then you find that out, and you go, that was a hot take that could really fuck you up. Bro, that's bad. Like, that's bad. I'm sorry. And then you don't come back out and like apologize for it or do nothing. Like, you fucked up. Like, so he's done. He's done with me. Cause I go, man, you go a hot take like that, I'm done. Sorry. Bye. So then there's this review for this movie for the Joker by Young Turk Investigates. The Young Turks Investigate. I'm not fucking kidding you, dude. They open up. In their video, they use the scene of Arthur having counseling with his black social worker.
Mm-hmm.
She says like 2 lines. Hard stop. Joker has a problem with black women. What? What? I go, oh my God. Like, that's where we're at, Michael. Like, that is where we're at.
So because
The rest of his movie review is exactly the same.
What I
whole
took
way
from
through.
that scene in Joker was that the bitch wasn't listening to him, and so he had a problem with not being listened to when he's talking about his issues.
No, but his whole thing was just like, it's either like morally ambiguous, they're not. Yeah, it was all their SJW stuff. It was just like, they're either being underrepresented or the ones that are being represented don't work.
Right.
And so we're going to get into a pseudo-political thing because
I mean, at least he didn't kill the black woman for being an asshole to him.
he romanticizes his fucking relationship with a black woman.
Right?
What the fuck?
Which she's
and
hot,
both of
dude.
And dude,
I would too.
Zazie Beetz is so fucking bae. Ever since she was Domino in Deadpool, she has like been the fucking starring role in every headcanon of my everything. I'm sorry, Hannah, I love you very much. Zazie Beetz is just, oh my god.
She was
Zazie-
Domino. I knew I recognized her.
Yeah, dude,
I didn't
she's so fine. She's like the hottest thing on the planet. Her and Zendaya are like, oh my god, they are top tier for me.
Dude,
I love them.
You want to see some
I love
funny
them so
shit with
much.
Zendaya? Watch like just go to YouTube and like Google or not Google YouTube Zendaya on Wild and Out. My God,
Oh,
dude.
she's funny.
She's funny, but
She's so
they
fucking
do
funny.
this one clip. It's funny if you just watch it.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna explain it.
MCU, you fucking missed out if you've never seen Ultimate Spider-Man on Disney with Drake Bell being the voice. They actually have a character called White Tiger.
Was that
That's who I
Ultimate
thought-
Spider-Man? Wasn't that Miles Morales' Spider-Man?
No,
No. Okay.
it was. No, I think I'm right. I think it's Ultimate.
Okay.
It's the Drake Bell one. I think Spectacular, maybe. I don't know. I think it's Ultimate. Anyway, I thought Zendaya was gonna be White Tiger. I thought that was the whole point. And I was like, dude, she's fit. Like, not only in the British sense where she's
Yeah, it's-
attractive, but she's also like in shape.
Yeah.
She should have been White Tiger. Dude, Google, since you're already doing it, Ultimate Spider-Man White Tiger. And you'll see the character and the costume. She should have totally been her. And then they introduced Mary Jane down the road. That would have been much better.
Yeah, I see. I see it. White Tiger suit.
So anyway, I already lost my tangent. Fuck. God damn it.
It's the fanboys, man. The fanboys. You were on that guy talking about, or the people going all SJW.
Oh, yeah. So like the SJW shit just pisses me off, man. It's just, they have a problem with black women. I'm like, what?
I didn't get that at all.
And I even told Hannah, I go, okay, if there's anybody who wants to bitch, if we really want to play that game, Asian representation. Not in this. Deal with it.
Yeah.
I literally on the second viewing, just for the SJWs, I counted all the black people. Here you go. You got 2 social workers that are trying to help him, actively help him. He manifests a romantic relationship with a black woman. The clerk at Arkham, who's actually nice to him and feels bad that he can't give him the file, also black. The man at the comedy club who introduces him for the first time onto the stage, also black. There you go. Positive representation.
Especially for the time period, too.
Yeah,
it matches.
And the only negative interaction he has is with the black woman on the bus who says, "Leave my kid alone." Yeah. Which some parents wouldn't have a problem with.
Right. Yeah, I actually did that same shit in the store today.
From our perspective, we're sitting there and going, Arthur's just trying to be nice. Mom doesn't know that. He could be a weirdo, which he ends up being a fucking weirdo. So it's actually kind of justified in the context of the story moving forward. At that point in the story, no, it's not. But, whatever. Who cares?
If they wanted to really go like on all that stuff, just be like, oh, they made too many midget jokes or something, But again, that was building that story with him.
But also the people who made those jokes were people who got killed.
This is the problem when you make actual movies that aren't trying to push agendas and push these things. Is
you
people
get to notice it.
People will complain because, there's apparently there was no gay guy in here. Arthur didn't kiss a man. I'm sorry. There was no gay people that I saw, anyways. At least they were open in the show. It was the 80s. Come on.
Yeah, not that it matters. I'd argue, not that it matters.
Oh no, they showed the black woman with that had a baby and she was a single mother. Oh no, that's representing black culture wrong or some bullshit.
So it's funny you say that. I hopefully do not fuck this up. This has meant a lot to me. I just heard it on EFAP the other day. Go on YouTube, look up EFAP. Mahler and Rags run this. They're literally covering Joker. This is where we are in our society, and I'm really sad we're here. Okay, so I'm gonna offer you some scenarios here, and don't say anything. Let me finish out. Scenario 1. We have 2 men. Or here's the scenario: 2 men in an alleyway. One is getting mugged, right? Assaulted and mugged.
Mm-hmm.
First scenario: white man robs white man. Okay, we're racist and not diverse because we didn't cast a black man in this scene, right? That's number 1. Okay, fine. That doesn't work. Second scenario: white man gets mugged by black man. Okay, you can't do that because that perpetuates the idea that the black man is a thug or a thief. That's racist. Okay, fine. Black man gets mugged by white man. Okay, that doesn't work because the white man, this is showing that he's more powerful and he's oppressing them. That's also racist. Okay, got you. Fine. Black man mugs black man. No, you can't do that because that
black
perpetuates
crime.
black on black crime, and you can't do that. That's a stereotype. You're racist. Okay, fine. Fucking gray blobs for everyone. Everyone's a gray blob, and they beat you with gray blob sticks.
Nope.
And I stole that from Mahler from EFAP. This is a great idea, and I get it. It's 100% true. You can't win, and when you pander to that type of group of people, you will never satisfy them. You need to go for the educated, smart people.
One of those gray blobs is going to be a different shade of gray than the other.
You're going to love this. And the fact that you said that is fantastic. They're going to say, no, that doesn't work because gray is already a substantial color spectrum of white. But worst case scenario, they'd be mad because they didn't cast a black woman to represent one of those gray blobs. But but it's animated. Okay, we've animated the fact that they're animated. Then we're going to go on IMDb. Your voice acting cast is not diverse enough. That doesn't work. It is incredible how much you can't do anything if you are perpetually offended by everything. How do you even watch movies now? Mm-hmm. That all happened in this EFAP. And I go, that is a Myke. That whole little 5-minute conversation is exactly where we are as in a society. And those are the people we're pandering to, and that is the problem.
I mean, you want to go to a movie that has barely any diversity. There's only 3 people that aren't black that voice act in the Lion King movie. How's that diverse?
It's insane. And then, so then let me,
All right.
I'm trying to see if I can get my brain back on this point. After I say that, it was... Oh, man. It was just one of those moments where I just said, okay, so what's the win? How do you get the win? You just don't do anything and just hope that your product is so strong that you just prove it? I don't know. Everybody wants to politicize everything, and I don't know who you make happy.
This
How
is
do
what
you
I
make
want to tell
happy?
people, especially if you're a filmmaker or an up-and-coming filmmaker or whoever. Make what you want to make and stop trying to push to make everybody happy. If you go the Disney route, Disney makes billions of dollars on movies, but their stories are lacking hardcore because of the fact that they are always pushing these things. You can do that without making it a big deal.
My biggest thing is I don't understand why we romanticize this idea of making Hollywood anymore. I don't know. I think Hollywood died years ago. We still go, dude. Most people don't even like going to the cinema anymore. I couldn't even believe it. I had 2 good audiences for this film, and I asked Hannah while we were walking out. I go, I'm trying to figure out if it's because we actually had a well-behaved audience for once that wasn't like talking on their phones or fucking around or doing anything, or if this movie was just that engaging that people didn't even feel the need to do it. I actually found myself in the first viewing. I had a large popcorn and a soda, and I didn't even finish my popcorn, and people would be like, "What?" I'd be like, "No," because I actively stopped eating it. They're like, "Why?" Because I actually was so conscious about how dynamic the rises in music and then the swell, and the decrescendo of sound effects in the world and stuff got to silent tension. I don't want to be crunching on popcorn during these great moments. And I literally found myself just not drinking or eating the rest of the film because I was so fucking engaged. And I saw that with other people. I literally saw the dude next to me, it's hard to show you not on a photo. He had the paper bag of popcorn versus the tub. Mm-hmm. So the dude was literally over and then arching his arm to eat his popcorn, to grab it, come back and put it in his mouth so he didn't ruffle the bag. So I'm like, this dude is either super engaged or he is he's a guy who understands that I'm so sick of fucking bullshit people.
Right.
There's nothing worse than a full audience at a movie. There's nothing worse for me because I'm insane. I want to experience the whole film. If I could rent the film out for just me, my girl, and 2 other people that I know will shut the fuck up while we're watching, I want that. I want that.
Yeah.
I want that experience. And I think that's my anxiety talking. But at the end of the day, it's nothing worse than spending $8 and then like $20 on shit, and you sit in there and then somebody ruins it for you. It's like the worst. But this fucking film is so good, dude. Like, God, we got off on tangent and into the world again, and I can't help myself, man.
It's all good.
This fucking movie wants you to do it, though. It wants you to do it so fucking bad. Because I was trying to think, one, God, could you imagine being Joaquin Phoenix right now, having to deal with the outside bullshit from this film?
I don't think he gives a shit. And that's
But,
the
like,
way
the
you
weird-
should be.
But the weirdest thing is
cares?
like how insane is it that how skinny he was in this film, and have you
Yeah.
seen him like doing the stuff right now?
Yeah.
Wow, dude. Him and Christian Bale need to like chill out. Like, I feel bad for him.
Oh man.
So
no,
I know we're running kind of long.
Yeah.
Let's
Let's close
find a couple
up.
more big scenes and and then
All
go
right.
from there and finish out. Was
Big
there anything else that
scenes.
really stuck with you?
Nothing else really like that. That's like a big thing for me. I mean,
Yeah.
that we haven't discussed already.
I've only seen like 2 or 3. I mean, I think it feels good to maybe find a couple of mistakes.
Right.
I knew about the twist about the girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
not being real, or their relationship. It actually fucked me up because I knew the relationship wasn't real.
Right.
So because it wasn't real, I actually made the assumption going in that she was fabricated. Her and the daughter
Completely.
didn't even exist.
Right.
So that fucked me up when he ended up in her apartment. Which, fuck, dude, if that is not one of the coolest scenes.
Yeah.
It's so tense. It's so fucking tense.
And the thing is
creepy.
too, like, I wonder how many people it took them longer than like what it should have taken
To
to
figure that out?
understand it. Like, why the fuck is she freaking out? Oh shit, that's right.
Or even
He's
how many people
mentally
called
fucked
it.
up.
Because honestly, had I not known that he was fabricating the relationship, I actually would have called it a continuity error right off the bat.
Right.
And they'd go, why? He meets her in the elevator. They do the thing. And then the next time he opens the door, and, you know, it said, were you following me today?
Mm-hmm.
Blah, blah, blah. She called him Arthur.
Right.
And I go, that's weird. What are the
Well,
odds
she
that
says,
she would know?
"You're Arthur, right?" That's what she asks.
But I'm saying,
yeah.
how would, like, why? Okay. By
They've been
first
in the
name.
building, maybe.
But yeah, but in Gotham,
You never know.
I mean, how many people? How
Yeah.
many neighbors do you know? How many neighbors do you know in this day? And granted, this is back in the 80s, maybe. But Gotham with high tension,
Right.
his name's not even on the fucking mailbox. It's P Fleck, not A Fleck. So
And not only
Ben
that, it's
Affleck.
like, okay, you're following me. What the fuck?
yeah, who are you? Why would you be so nice? And what's his
And not
name?
only that, you're following me. Why am I coming up to your door and asking if you were following me?
Exactly.
You might be a psycho who's gonna fuck
yeah.
me.
So
And not in the
So
good
that-
way.
So for me in the audience, I actually raised my brow at that, and I go, "Wait, that feels wrong." And
Yeah.
then when you have the reveal, you go, "Oh, okay,
Yeah.
got
And
it."
then I'm wondering too, like, you know, is when he's at the comedy club, because, you know, she's not actually there, of
Exactly.
course. But
Yeah.
when he's at the comedy club, he takes a minute to get into his groove. Did he actually ever get into his groove, or did it bomb the whole time?
I love that too, because the music hits you the thing, and then it does the like
Yeah.
generic like shoots from the back with him in the spotlight,
Yeah.
like he's killing it. Pun intended, I suppose. Like he's nailing it, and it's like probably not,
Yeah.
because it's told from his perspective. So
And
yeah,
you love
he's
how his
probably
like
not.
fucking joke book has like all
Yeah,
the
the
nudie
porn.
pictures and shit on it.
I
and
love
it's
that.
just like,
But I love that the like the weird deranged thing.
Yeah.
Because I would honestly say he's like an everyman. Like, dude, come on. At the end of the day, I'm sorry. I guess I'm gonna project. Sorry, everybody out there. Dude, there are things on your phone. There are things on your computer that, even if they're not nefarious, don't get me wrong. I'm a photographer. I've done a lot of like lingerie stuff. I've done cosplay stuff. I've done lewd cosplay stuff, like for Cosplay Deviants and shit. You go on Instagram, it's a half naked women. That's all it is.
Yeah.
A lot of naked women and like really good boudoir shots. And sometimes you just get good lighting on a naked girl and you want that shot to inspire you. It's like, oh, well, I'm not going to shoot a nudie photo next week. But that lighting would work really, really well with this costume or something like that. And people are like, no, you're just justifying it. It's like, no, people do this. People do this. Like, you know, if somebody wants to borrow a scene from another film, because everybody always compares this to fucking Taxi Driver. That's just all they do.
Well,
And
that's all.
I go,
What they're doing is they're gonna compare it to Taxi Driver, and then the fact that De Niro's in both of them, you know,
yeah,
they're like,
which
oh,
is fun.
you know?
Which, if anything,
is
is a head nod.
Yeah.
I'd call it a head nod. I go,
Yeah.
the fact that he ends up as the television host, the fucking host,
and he dies.
I'm like,
in it,
shit.
too.
And he fucking dies. I love it. I think it's great.
Did
oh
he-
my god, this film.
Yeah.
But like, I would say, like, you know, that's his private journal. What's wrong with that? Yeah, it seems strange, but that belongs to him. The only reason why it'd be weird is because he is supposed to show it to his social worker.
Right.
So having that stuff in there is weird. But how is that journal having like nudie pictures and random shit in it any different than what people do with their phones these days? You know what I mean?
Right.
If somebody went through my fucking photo album right now, there'd be no context for it, and they'd all just think I'm some fucking pervert. It's like, I mean, yeah, I probably am, but that's fine. But yeah, without context, it's like, you know, Google's a great thing. Like, I mean, you deal with people. You could be watching like some review of something, and somebody says the SJWs don't like eating babies, and you're like, eating babies? What's that mean? It came from a fucking debate, a literal debate in real life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now,
And without-
I mean, we talked about that. It was fake.
but that's why I'm saying. That's why I'm
Still,
bringing
yeah,
it
yeah,
up.
yeah.
It's from a past cast. It's a real thing that happened,
Yeah.
and without context, I look like a psychopath.
Yeah. That's the great
know,
thing
why
too
you-
about the titles of our podcast too. Without context,
Thank you for that, Michael. Which I would also like to just throw out there. I don't edit and or make the titles for this. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I love you to death, Michael. You're great. But yeah,
come on, these are great titles.
they are pretty funny.
Of
Batwoman
course,
doesn't
Batman
eat
needs the
babies.
baby, or Batwoman needs the
That's-
babies.
Okay, that's kind of funny.
Make It Flow, a Titans horror story. Remember that
You're gross.
one?
You're gross. Fucking period panties. No, but like I would say, it's like I just love that. It makes him so human, dude. It makes him so relatable and grounded and God, this fucking film is brilliant, dude. Like there's like 90% of these shots you could just pause the film and I would use it as a desktop background. They're fucking beautiful. And Todd Phillips deserves to be commended for the directing in this. I don't know how much, and you know, the hardest part with directing is how much was it, your actors were just nailing it. Your writers were nailing it. Your editors saved your ass. Your lighters and cinematographers were
Right.
just on point. Even just like those big riot scenes. Those riot scenes are incredible, dude. They
Yeah.
look good. They look so like they just feel strong and lived in, and there's people. There's actual people there doing stuff. And so commending the first or second ADs who have to take care of extras and put them all in masks and do all this cool shit.
Can I tell you watching this movie and the way it was, you know, shot and everything,
Mm-hmm.
it really made me want to go back and watch some of the older movies that we
'Cause they're
don't
good.
get anymore.
And look, and I understand what Martin Scorsese said. I get that. I absolutely do. I absolutely get it. It's not cinema, quote unquote. You
for
have
the
to
Marvel
understand
stuff.
this is a guy. This is, well, just comic book movies or superhero movies in general or whatever. That's fine.
He
And
said Marvel, so
yeah, and I've said the same thing. It's like I have these movies, like it's the first time I felt like a movie. But I would say that about Civil War.
See,
I walked into a movie.
I'm on the other, like, where he
I
said
just think it's a pretentious dude.
and-
That's all I think it is.
This is something
He's
I
just an
wanted to
old,
talk about
pretentious
real
guy.
quick, and it's gonna be super quick, because like he said
Yeah.
that and said,
And
it's
Robert
not-
Downey Jr. was with him too, by the way, on that.
Okay, I
the
don't give a
most part.
shit.
Yeah, exactly. That's
but
where I'm
he
at.
said cinema. Cinema, by definition, is anything that plays in a movie theater. But we all know what he means. He means like what Joker is or something else.
He's being pretentious.
Yeah.
That's all.
But I
He's
actually
just-
agree more with Jennifer Aniston, where she said, you know, it's basically you're living on a green screen. for like these Marvel movies and stuff like that. The internet has attacked her. The internet has attacked this chick and been like, "Oh, this, and this. You do all these Adam Sandler movies. What the fuck do you know?" Blah blah blah. I'm like, I don't care about that. What she's saying is true. It's like, it's all green screen.
Yeah,
it's it's not. Yeah, maybe you have to act a little better because nothing is there around you, possibly. But it's also like you don't get to move around the set and play with things that are around.
It's not real.
So.
It's not real. There's no tangible. So like, this visceral.
Fuck all the internet people out there that attacked her because they're just a bunch of Marvel fanboys.
Look, and this is the hard problem where I kind of want to play the middle.
Yeah.
Where normally I give you shit about like playing either the middle or both sides.
Right.
I don't give a shit what Martin Scorsese has to say. I really don't. Like, he's talented. I get that. That's fine. But you and me are the kind of people who go, I don't know. I probably respect Kevin Smith and the work that he puts into his films and his brand and all the stuff that he does versus him. He does a great film, don't get me wrong, but like The Departed is not as solid as you think.
I mean, I respect almost every filmmaker that I watch or shit, just because I know how much work goes into it. So for you to call out an entire thing of filmmakers, because there's a bunch of different people there, and try and say that.
And fuck you, dude. Like, you act like it's just Disney and Kevin Feige making these movies.
It's like you have all these different directors and writers and
go fucking tell that shit. Like Scorsese, go fucking tell that shit to the dude who fucking directed Thor 1 and won a fucking Oscar for Shakespeare in Love.
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, you're gonna tell me like he didn't try as hard or like he had Anthony Hopkins and a couple of no names and had to like do something pretty solid and something that would pretty much were ready to fail.
Yeah.
And like, don't get me wrong, it didn't do great. I like, it resonated with me. That's great.
It's funny though, people just look at it as like the blank, glossy, like front end.
Yeah.
But the stories, like, not all of them are good stories, but for the most part, there's stories built into these things that are awesome.
I'll go Civil War. Winter Soldier is one of the best spy propaganda films ever.
Yeah.
Avengers, Team Up. Yeah, it doesn't look glossy. It actually looks kind of cheap. Most of the costumes look like shit, but it's a good story. It's an ensemble cast. It's good shit. It's something hadn't been done in a while. Scorsese, I'd love to see you do that.
Yeah.
I'd love to see you
the fact that he's talking shit about them and he's never even watched them, supposedly.
He's a cunt. He's a fuck him. Like, honestly, at the end of the day.
I think he's jumping on the bandwagon that James Cameron used to be on until Disney decided to buy Avatar.
Well, and he also had a movie coming out, so like let's say something hot topic.
What was his movie?
My name out there. He just put out fuck. He literally just put something out. Irishman.
Okay.
It was like Robert De Niro and Al Pacino and all that shit.
Oh, yeah, because that's the movie that people were given.
Which, don't worry, it'll probably bomb now because he did that and pissed off the people.
I mean, I get it. He's from that generation, the older generation. But if we allow people, it comes like kind of like with, they're old, they can say that type of thing. Just because he's from that generation doesn't mean he can rip on, all these other shits, Mm-hmm. And he specifically said Marvel because the Joker movie had just come out too.
But I go, why? Well, which makes him even fucking dumber because of that. But I go, why though? What do you get from that? Yeah. Other than press and clicks? Like, you look like an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, who cares? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I do have a problem with a lot of the aesthetics that MCU did. I don't like the fact that Robert Downey Jr. is being kind of a fucking bitch about not getting in the suit and stuff like that.
Yeah. Like an actual suit, yeah.
Yeah. I've already said that Infinity War is one of my favorite films, but man, it's not going to hold up in 5 years. The CGI on that is fucking terrible. Mm-hmm. They're like, well, it's really good. It's like, no, Thanos is cool, and a couple of things are really impressive, but the whole fucking thing is CGI. Yeah. It's not going to hold up in 5 years. Barely holds up now. Yeah. So fucking get
Whereas,
fucked.
like, an Infinity War versus the Joker movie's still going to look the same.
Yep, it's gonna look fucking brilliant.
It's not gonna look
20
different.
Years. It's and then you can still remaster it.
Yeah,
like, are you kidding me? That shit's gonna hold on for a long time.
And they shot that on film too, right? They shot it on 35.
I would imagine. I'm guessing. But even then, Like, who fucking cares? At the end of the day, it's like, story's still good. I mean, I'll watch Infinity War and make fun of the fucking shit on it. You know, Civil War. Civil War's great. Spider-Man looks like a dickhead because they overglossed his fucking suit. You know, shit happens. Like, I get it. But sorry that the MCU was telling better stories than you for a while. Yeah, you know, Black Panther sucked a dick. Iron Man 3 is terrible. You can pick and choose.
It was telling good stories, but at the same time, it's also like telling stories that with characters that people grew up reading.
And not only you're stuck in a universe that has rules
that
you have to deal with and shit you have to deal with. He gets to just make whatever he wants and go forward.
They're trying to appease to a whole group that
studios
grew up
and
with
people.
This. Yeah.
Studios and people.
Yeah.
Like, we got to get the agenda in, keep continuity, and keep people happy.
Right.
And
we want our fans to stay our fans, especially now that Lee's gone. So,
well, like I said, with this fucking film that came out that said it was going to be standalone, had nothing to do with the DCEU, blah blah blah, and people are still talking about fucking Batman. And people who talk about Batman with this fucking film, they're idiots. They are idiots. They are fucking 5-year-olds at heart that can't get over the fact that the DCEU is dead.
Yeah.
Fucking stop with that. It's like, oh, but what if we can keep it running? Batfleck's done.
Yeah, he's done.
Fucking Henry Cavill's done. What are you guys even talking? Wonder Woman 84 is not even a movie. Like, people are like, no, it's going to come out. I'm like, okay, as a sequel to what?
Right.
To a film that was like, people who are like, it's good. Well, I mean, it's DCEU good.
Wonder Woman is going to be kind of done how they were doing the X-Men movies every 10 years. It's just going to be a different generation.
84 is going to come out and it's going to be the Dark Phoenix. It's going to be like, you know, didn't really work inside the world.
There's really no, because it technically, I guess it's in their DCEU thing that they were doing. There's really no point. She's not going to die. We know that because she's in a future movie. She's not, though the world's not going to end. Nothing bad is really going to happen.
And I don't even want any of the other heroes to show up because I think they all look like dickheads. So it's just like, oh my God.
But they won't show up. There's no reason if it's in the 80s.
But I mean, imagine now with Aquaman. Like, his armor was pretty cool in Justice League and the other one. Then he gets the fucking stupid bullshit costume from his own movie. You think in a million years they're going to put him in that costume to go hang out with the other people? That's never going to happen. Like, the people who think the DCEU is any good, you're all fucking delusional. I'm going to say it. You're insane. They're fucking fun. Don't get me wrong. Aquaman's brought me the most joy in the universe because it's so fucking terrible. Wonder Woman was fine, but it had the worst third act I'd ever seen in a while. And
John.
I guess it was essentially a Marvel third act.
John.
Joker was just a fucking refreshing. It was a fucking movie, dude. It was so nice to not see fucking 20 minutes of exposition just constantly. It was just so nice to watch people just be people in front of the camera. This fucking film is great. If people look,
I think the most joy I got from that movie was walking out and people not knowing what the fuck they were.
Which one?
Joker.
Oh,
they were walking out and people were just like,
what was that?
What is that? Like, that wasn't
it was
comic
a movie,
book
right?
movie. What the fuck? It's like even the theater we went to, it clearly had signs that said, "This is not a normal comic book movie." They literally had signs when you walked in the door, so people knew that.
But that proves how fucking stupid people are now.
Yeah,
they're insane. Well, you didn't see the 500 trailers or the idea that everybody said it's rated R and it's not a.
Not only that, Warner Brothers, if they wanted to, they could have just made a movie called Joker, and it had nothing to do with DC whatsoever.
Why not just make a Joker film with Jared Leto and just appease the fans? And when that bombs, we can all just laugh. Like, all the fucking idiots with helmets can go watch fucking Jared Leto. Well, I didn't realize that, he was a villain, so we had to fucking tattoo damaged across his head like a fucking douchebag.
Ha 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 across
idiots.
The chest or whatever.
Look, at the end of the day, this film is special. It's good. I don't know I don't know what the merits of Todd Phillips is making hangover shit and comedies, but the guy fucking nailed it with this.
Yeah.
I don't know what he did. So fucking kudos to the writer, the cinematographer, him. Joaquin Phoenix is amazing. There's not a bad performance in this film. There's no bad actor. I legitimately cannot find a bad actor in this film. It's undoable.
So with that said,
yeah.
So we can close up and get done.
Yes. Get the fuck out of here.
What is the next movie that you're looking forward to see in theaters that's been announced coming out or may have already be out right now? Yeah.
In theaters, I don't know, man. Joker really raised the bar. I really haven't enjoyed something in the cinema since probably. I'm gonna go live action because I think Spider-Verse doesn't really count.
Right.
I know that seems unfair,
Yeah.
but it's animated or whatever.
Can I say there was a movie trailer yesterday I watched, and then it showed the date that it was coming out. It's like
No, I know exactly. You just said it. I know exactly what I want. Sorry.
What?
Finish. Go ahead. I got it.
I don't remember what it
No,
was
go
called,
ahead.
but the date was 7/something/2020,
Okay.
and I was like, wait. It's like almost a fucking year away. Why are we seeing a trailer for it?
Kingsman looks kind of good.
Kingsman.
The Kingsman, the prequel.
Okay.
To the Kingsman.
Really?
That
They're
looked
doing
fun.
that?
Yeah, it actually looks kind of good. Watch the trailer. It's fun. At least the trailer is fucking brilliantly put together. I know exactly what movie I'm fucking hyped for, but I don't think it's coming out this year though, so
What's
it
that?
might not count. It was actually a preview before Joker. 1917.
Yes.
Does that not look fucking awesome? It looks
Yes.
like the Saving Private Ryan for our generation if they do it right.
Yeah.
This looks amazing. I want to see it. I love the trailer. If you haven't seen it, 1917. It's honestly 1917. That's the title. I don't know who it's by. I don't know who's doing whatever. That might be one of the most perfect. I'm doing it. I'm doing two. I'm doing grammar bads. Most perfect trailers I've seen in probably the last year.
Yeah.
It's fucking brilliant. God, please be good. Please be good.
For theater movie.
Yeah. This year.
I'm thinking the Mr. Rogers one and Zombieland.
Oh God, no! I want nothing to do with that Tom Hanks bullshit. They actually
Really?
have
They have a documentary, but where's it at?
which was really really good.
Is it?
I'd watch that. The Tom Hanks thing feels dirty.
John, you're not gonna go watch Cats?
Oh my God. I don't think anybody's gonna go fucking watch Cats.
Midway,
honestly,
Midway looks pretty cool.
What's Midway?
It's army military movie.
Oh, I know. I think it's this year. I could be wrong. That Russo brothers one with T'Challa in it.
Oh, 21 Bridges.
Chadwick Boseman. Yeah. 21 Bridges. That looks dope as. And after watching Joker, I could go for a good just straight up cop movie.
I wouldn't mind watching Doctor Sleep, but I don't know if I want to see it in theaters.
That looks cool, but I'm not a huge Stephen King guy.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like a lot of his stuff's a little like over bloated and a little pretentious, but it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Sorry, people, but it is good. It's a little contrived and weird to me. But it's good. It's good.
I just want to make this announcement because I found it really weird that we heard about the Star Wars movie like a year ago. We saw a trailer for it and everything.
Yeah.
I didn't realize there was a Maleficent 2
or
a Frozen 2 movie coming out.
Oh,
until
Frozen 2 is
like
gonna be trash.
a week ago.
Frozen 2 is gonna be fucking absolute trash.
Oh, that's just a money grab for more soundtracks, more toys. more...
Maleficent 2, I'm excited. There's a new. They're not really bound by a lot of stuff. They get to tell an extent of the story. Angelina
I think
Jolie
they just did Maleficent 2 just to keep her on contract till she starts that Marvel movie.
And I'm a bad man. I think Angelina Jolie in that costume might be the sexiest thing on the planet. Mostly because my girlfriend looks like just like her.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. I've been trying to get her to cosplay as her for like 3 years.
As Maleficent?
Yeah. I didn't hate the first one. It was just weird. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like I just didn't care. I don't think they were particularly bad. I didn't have like any stake in Sleeping Beauty or any of that shit. But
right.
It's definitely one of the better retellings because it went off and just kind of did its own thing, which I'm fine with. So
Yeah.
Hannah's gonna want to see it. I'd be down to go see it. I'm sure it's gonna look great. So sure, why not? It's Disney, so it'll look fine. And
I think I kind of want to see Zombieland though, double tap.
Zombieland
just because it looks funny.
Zombieland 2 is gonna be a piece of shit. I already know it.
You think
I'm
so?
already gonna. Oh yeah, fuck. Are you kidding me? Those jokes are terrible. Are you fucking kidding me? You really think Jesse Eisenberg was gonna turn around and shoot into the fucking ceiling? He was gonna kill Pink Lady. Like, this is 10 years after the last film.
It's supposed to be that long after?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
They didn't run. Okay, fine. 2 years.
Right.
You're in the zombie apocalypse and you're gonna shoot at the ceiling. You're gonna shoot warning shots in the zombie apocalypse. Like, come on now.
All right.
Especially the guy with rules.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I could talk shit about that all day.
So
But
that's
go
it
see
for Joker and Batwoman, and I'm sure later on we might have more Batwoman talk. Hopefully not, though.
Because I'm going to keep watching every episode and making fun of the shit that Batwoman produces because that movie or show is fucking trash. Go see Joker if you haven't seen Joker. If you've seen it the first time, go see it again and enjoy just the technical aspect of it. Don't forget, Michael, we live in a society. That's
of
what
trash.
They're all saying. That's all the garbage. Do you have a quote for me, my guy?
Yes, I do. All right, guys. So
Gimme.
3 hours later, I used to think that my life was a tragedy, but now I realize it's a comedy. Force yourself.
You're damn right. Later, nerds.
You just finished another great episode of Operation Babble. You can catch every episode of Operation Babble on all your audio streaming services, including SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Radio Public, and more. Don't forget to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Operation Babble. And join the conversation today by searching for the Operation Babble group on Facebook. Links also in the description. Don't forget to find Myke on all social platforms, including YouTube, by searching Myke Shrews, MYKESHREWS. You can find John on Instagram and YouTube via Bald Man Bad. Thanks and have a great day.